name for him since I didn't really pick that first name. I just typed it in. Here we go.
All
As Brung
right.
the Bold is now.
We are
Oh,
live. We are live. We are live.
Callum Harmonscribe.
Alan Harmonscribe.
Wow.
It's me, Alan.
Callum.
Oh, Alan. Oh, I'm sorry. Wow. Look at that
Yeah,
paint.
you better put some respect on my name. Harmonscribe.
There we go. Okay.
Make sure to eat your vegetable.
Make sure to eat your vegetable. Your vegetable very good, okay? Okay. And make you a big strong boy.
Welcome to Shitty Wow.
Welcome to Shitty Walk. Alright, anyway. Are we ready? Are we ready to go, my dudes? My bros, my
Do I need
homies.
to join a campaign on here, or are you just doing it through your computer?
We're just gonna wing it, man. We're just gonna wing it.
I've never winged anything except for every speech I ever gave, because Joel taught me how to wing it.
Yeah, buddy.
Speech class, aka Tana and Joel don't have to do anything class. They just make up a speech when they get there.
And it worked every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
I, I remember after you guys left, I did speech class and I did a Minecraft tutorial on how to build a house as one of my speeches, and I got a good score. I even recorded a video and everything, and I'm like, look at this. Move the grass, cut a tree down.
That's excellent. All right, here we go. Here we freaking go. So, today is brought to you by a one shot. So we don't have a player with us right now. Mao is gone for the day, so these fine folks decided to do a one shot. So I came up with the idea for a horror themed one. I came up with a bunch of different ones, but this is the one that they felt like they wanted the most. So it's a horror themed one in space. In the void of space lies a ship called the Dominus, the cargo ship. Cargo being humanity. The only characters that are awake are the party members. The rest of the world lies in cryo slumber. Things start to go wrong. Can the party escape with their lives or become another voyage lost to the deep reaches of space? Now, I do need your characters and your class, and what are you currently doing on the ship right now? You both woken up in your bunkers and you're about to get ready for the day ahead. And what do you do on the ship as well?
A question about the ship.
Yes.
So none of the passengers are awake?
No, they are all in cryo slumber.
For you and me.
There is only one person that's left awake that isn't with you guys. They are an NPC. They are the pilot of the ship.
So are we like crew of the ship, or did we just happen to randomly wake up one day
You
on
are the
accident?
crew of the Dominus.
I'll go first.
Mm-hmm.
My name's Pyra. I'm a fire genasi. I'm a level 5 monk. And I am going to say I'm the welder of the ship since, I'm a fire genasi. It would kind of work.
I live
Okay.
in the engine.
I am the one who makes the ship go.
I am the reason why she
Look at me.
goes.
I am the captain now. And for as what I'm
All right.
doing, I'll say I'm down in the ship, like welding something right now, trying to do some fixing up.
Okay.
I'm Callum Harmon Scribe. I'm a well-to-do human, bard level 5. I definitely got this job because my dad is powerful and I wanted the job, so I got the job. And I am supposed to be I'm like the host when everyone wakes up. Like, on a cruise ship, they have the main host guy. That's what I do when everyone wakes up. So I'm just in my room spending a very long time making sure my hair and everything is perfect, getting ready to come out for the day. Um, I do not do very much around the ship. Most of the stuff is done by anyone else. Most of the stuff they don't want me to help with because they'd rather me stay in my room and keep getting ready because I'm kind of self absorbed and conceited.
Okay.
But I think I can make a lot of money where we're going, so I'm on the ship.
All right. So, Callum, you are looking in the mirror and you're just every time you put one of your cowlicks down, another one seems to pop up, and then you spend another 10 minutes combing the heck out of it to get it flatter. Pyra, you are walking down the steps to where these boiling tubes go throughout the ship. You hear a sound deeper down the hallway. And as you're going down the hallway, you see it's one of the cryo tubes heading towards where one of the sleeping passengers, like where all they go. It's like heading in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
It's spewing out the 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 nitrogen, and you just gotta patch that up real quick. So you're down there. You got your toolkit. You got your welder's mask. You got your torch ready. You put the plate on, and you within about 10 minutes, you let go and it's all healed up. During this time,
I just want to point out in the time that Tannen saved the whole ship, I got my hair done.
I feel like that's going to happen a lot. During this time,
And there I was, looking magnificent, while Pyro was killing 100 enemies. But damn, did I look good.
during this time, Calum, you hear a light knock at your door.
Hold on. I just keep doing my
This time,
freshening up.
this time it gets a little bit louder. Dun, 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 dun.
I go over and throw the door open. What do you want?
There you see the human pilot. They're a little bit shorter than you. They're only about like 5 foot tall. They got like a leather vest, like a black tank top on, some black jeans on. Got a light beard, soft brown hair, kind of in a comb over a little bit. And they just look at you. Are you gonna do anything else, or are you just gonna be in there all day? This character, by the way,
My quarters.
you know that it is the pilot. Um, all right, fine. I'll go look for Pyra. Thanks for nothing. And he goes in and closes the door behind him.
I open the door back up and then slam it shut. I'm also wearing like thick jeans with a leather jacket because that makes more sense on the spaceship than medieval leather armor.
Well, no. Yeah. I mean, everyone's going to be wearing like normal clothes and stuff. It's just your armor can be related to the armor you chose when making your character. Anyway, so he heads down and he sees Pyra heading back. Hey, Pyra, we got to do something about Callum, man. He's not doing anything. We have over 30,000 people asleep, and he's doing nothing.
What did you expect when he came on this ship?
Yeah, but see,
Anyways, I just fixed a tube. I'm gonna go look for some more stuff. I'll see if I can talk to him later.
all right, good on you. He gives you like a little soft back pat as you both head up the stairs. At this time, you hear the mother on board ship, and you hear her say, "There is a planet ahead." Oh shit, I gotta go, Pyra. I'll talk to you later. And you see him sprint off towards the main hub of where he sits in the pilot seat.
Sure. I will check my list and see if there's anything else I need to do real quick. And if there's not, I'll head over to his room. Otherwise, I'll go do that first.
Okay. So you head over to Callum. Are you knocking on his door? Are you just heading in?
I'll knock.
Okay. Callum, you hear a soft knock on your door.
What's the captain's name?
The captain? There is no captain right now.
Oh, pilot, sorry.
Pilot, his name is Scurvy. Yes, like the disease, scurvy.
My guy just screamed, "Scurvy, I told you to leave me alone." Did you say something, Shannon?
Open up. Did you hear me?
Yeah, what's your name?
Pyra.
Ah, Pyra! And I go and open the door. I am literally just in a towel and nothing else, and I have been working on my hair, and you can see my whole. I have like a beauty stand that I've been working at. And
I give you this slightly disgusted, uninterested look.
How can I help you, Pyra?
What are you doing right now? You're supposed to be helping the fucking ship.
Actually, I'm supposed to wait till everyone wakes up and make sure they have a lovely time. Don't forget,
Well,
my
you're the
dad
only one who
did pay. My
told you to
dad
pull your
did
weight.
pay for most of this ship.
For you. Wonderful. But while you're on this ship, you're working for this ship. Now get out and do your chores. And then I'll slam his door and walk away.
I look absolutely disgusted that he would say that to me. Because I see him as a crew member and I see me as one of the owners of the ship.
By the way, the reason why there's no captain because he is one of the people that are asleep currently.
I definitely feel like my character thinks he's the owner of the ship, but his dad definitely put him on the ship so that he didn't have to deal with him anymore.
That makes a lot of sense.
His rich dad's like, this will be good for you.
As you walk into the room, the doors open for you, Pyra. You look out and you can see in front of you, with one of its suns basking the planet, you can see it is a bright blue planet with little pieces of land scattered around it. And you can see he's typing on a computer, and you can hear him ask vocally, "Hey mother, quick question. Does this planet, or can it sustain life?" And you hear the ship go, "It can sustain life for a period of time." And he's like, "For a period of time? What does that mean exactly? A period of times?" And you
Any
hear,
planet can sustain life for a period of time.
and you hear her explain, "Due to storms on the planet's surface, any creature will not survive long on the planet." Oh, well, shit. All right. do a scan on it, Mother, and tell me if there's any precious materials on the planet. And as she's scanning, he turns around his pilot's chair and he looks at Pyra. Well, I don't know. This kind of seems like a dud. Hopefully there's something on it. I mean, because if we take a little tiny ship out, the chances of her ending up in one of the storms are just bar to none. And honestly, I don't know about you, but I like living. So, you know.
I do as well, sir. I do as well.
However,
However, maybe toss column up there, and I chuckle a little bit.
we could throw Callum in there.
I'll get the door, sir.
No. That's what I would need is just, to be fired from my new job. Anyway, you hear Mother.
There's 33.
Go ahead.
Sorry, no, just keep going. I'll ask you when you're done.
You hear Mother say, there is precious metals, wheat, and vegetables growing on the planet as we speak. You see him look puzzled. He's like, hold on. Somebody's been there before? And you hear her shift, and you hear like a sort of like she's glitching out, and then you just hear a yes. Okay. That was unsettling as hell. All right. What is the longest that we could stay on the planet? You hear her say, 1 day. Well, that doesn't give us very much time. Well, Pyra, and he turns around his chair again. I hold your recount as high renown, so why don't you tell me what is your opinion of what we should do?
Well, it would be nice to get some more vegetables, and precious metals never hurt, especially with currency. I'm sure Colin would like to have more of that, so I'd say we take maybe half a day just to be on the safe side.
Half a day? Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Okay.
I like the idea that Tannen's character calls me Column, and I have to correct him all the time. It's Callum. Like, all right, Column.
That would be really funny. Hey, Column, where's Rose? Anyway. Anyway.
My question was, is 33 hit points, does that sound right for a level 5?
For
Because that's what I am. I'm a human bard.
For a spellcaster, yeah, that's fine. Because if you were like something bigger and beefier, then yeah, you would need more for sure.
And I start with heroic inspiration, right? Because I get one after every long rest.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You do indeed. All right, Pyra. Here's what we're gonna do. We are
Can
going.
I head to the mess hall while they're doing that?
You can.
To get some breakfast?
Yeah, you can. So you go to the mess hall. You go to the keyboard. You go. You type in what you want, and you see it's.
I go.
And you see there's like a long tube that just erupts from the ceiling, heading down. You just. And there's this like a little plate underneath the tube, and you see it. You see it looks just like mud as it hits your plate, but then it starts to form into the thing that you wanted. And then you see it kind of cover the whole plate, and you see it's a well-made breakfast of whatever that you typed in the computer, which was
Avocado toast.
avocado toast. Okay, avocado
And then
toast.
I got a large, fancy coffee. Like something like with 13 different names on it.
large venti iced with 2 cups of
Like,
blah blah.
Only
like these
2
people,
sugar.
like these people didn't care about coffee at all. But I wouldn't get on the ship until they put this coffee machine in, kind of coffee.
And as you're eating your breakfast and coffee, you can see like there's robots roaming around the mess hall, and they're just cleaning robots for the most part. Like you see a sweeper bot, he's just kind of sweeping the floor as he's moving along. You can kind of see like something that looks like kind of like a Roomba as it's just going along. And then you see um one that just rolls in front of you. It actually looks like a human on the top, but the bottom part is just a big wheel. And you see it holding a platter. You can see there's a steaming carafe on the platter, and it looks at you and goes, "Sir, would you like some more coffee, sir?"
Uh, Not that garbage coffee, thank you.
And he bows, and you see him scurry off, and you sit there for a time. Right now, Scurvy looks at Pyra and he says, "All right, here's what we're going to do, Pyra. We are going to get our suits out just in case. Just because she says it doesn't mean I necessarily trust what she says. So we're going to go there and we're only going to test the air for a split second. And if it gets hard to breathe, we're keeping the suits on, no questions asked."
Did
Understood,
I
sir.
hear Mother say any of that? Like, did she say it over the loudspeaker, or did she just
No,
say it to
only in the
the pilot?
cockpit. Only in the cockpit.
Okay, just making sure.
She does say like announcements, but it's like
Yeah,
normal day announcements, like when you hear it, like
I
today's
figure, but
breakfast and stuff like that.
Today's
today's
weather is
breakfast.
extreme chaos.
Today's weather is nothing. We're in
So,
space, you idiot.
so you see, as Scurvy leaves, he goes out to the mess hall and he sees Callum sitting there, still not doing anything.
Excuse me, I made sure the coffee machine was working this morning.
You just see him.
The robot
I
did
bet.
not refill the water. And I had to take the distilled water and put it in the machine. And then I had to very tirelessly, may exclaim, clean it. What do we have
Oh.
robots here for if I have to clean the coffee machine myself?
You see him clap and you see him just look baffled. You do realize your daddy paid for those robots, right? So if you're paying the money,
I turn around.
if you're paying the money for the
Just turn
robots
around.
and you're blaming them for being bad, guess whose fault that is? Yeah, you see he just keeps clapping the whole time.
Listen here, you driveling pilot. I wanted the more expensive robots, but Daddy said, "Oh, everyone's going to be asleep for most of the ride, so we don't need the higher-end servant robots." I told him I wanted to go into the cryo sleep, but he said work would do me some good.
You know what's
And
hilarious
nothing
about
good has
that?
come from this so far.
Oh, Callum, you know what's funny about that? You gotta work for that to happen. You see, he just
I-
leaves.
Callum is mumbling to himself about how all the hard work he's been doing around this whole time, trying to keep
A
spirits
sniveling
up.
little rich kid, like, "Nah, I've been doing things so hard." Yeah.
They do not know how complicated this coffee machine is.
Pyra, are you following after Scurvy, or are you kind of staying behind a little bit?
Fall scurvy.
Okay.
Wow. I
As
see how it is.
as you and Scurvy head to what looks like a bay door, as you both enter. All right, we gotta put on our suits, and then we're gonna get sanitized. So you see, you both put on these spacesuits where, like, the helmet, you guys can still see and talk to each other over, like, basically they're just walkie-talkie
Comms.
microphones in there. They're like comms, but it's a very short, more short distance.
Short
comparatively.
range.
Yeah. Yeah, and so as you guys are getting ready, they're just simple white. They have like a red glow to them for the it says Indominus on it. And all right, he presses the
Can
button.
I can I at a distance follow them and then watch through the window and see what they're
Yes,
doing as they go into the bay
yes,
with my coffee?
there is a bay window, so yes, you can. As you see them putting on their spacesuits, and you see Scurvy press a red button, and you see this mist form in the room, and it just covers their whole suits and their bodies, and then it slowly dissipates. All right, Pyra, are you ready? As Scurvy looks at you.
I'm good.
All right. He opens a blue button and just. And you can see inside is a very, very tiny cockpit. And one where it's like it's so small where you guys have to like crouch in to get into as you crawl in. And it's a very well lit room. You can see there's two other seats there, one for you, one for anybody who wants to be there, and then the pilot seat as well. He's like, all right.
Anybody that wants to be there, it's almost like you were expecting 3 people to go off that ship.
No. It's more about like it's how do I explain it? If you've seen
If my character,
if you've seen like Alien like with their pods, there's only 3 seats in their pods. That's it. I know it seemed funny by the way I was explaining it, but that's what I was thinking of was like Alien because of the 3 seats. But
if
anyway.
any other character I would have chose, he would be on the ship with them, but I chose Rat Boy.
Still funny though. So he goes, "All right, here we go," and you feel a sudden as the dock seems to break away, and you both seem to be pushed out a little bit, and then you start to feel the thrusters and the whole little pod start to shake. Disengage. As it lets go, you free fall for a second, and then he takes control, and you dive down into the planet. And it's a good G-force. I played probably say like around G6 or 7. Like it feels like a lot because it's just a tiny pod, so you can feel every bit of thrust as you're there. Yes.
If Tannen is made of fire, can he actually feel the G-forces?
Yes. He's not made of fire. He's still a humanoid.
Andrew, just assume I'm a normal human being that's red.
Yes.
Then why are you on? What does the fire have to do with it?
He can cast fire spells. That's literally
And
it.
control fire at will, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, and before they get out of range, can I hit a button on the panel to say something to them?
Yes. Before breaks away, yes, I will allow it.
I click the button and I say, "Have fun, boys," and then I walk off. And I start working on my itinerary for when everyone wakes up, like little games and stuff that we can do, and like what kind of song I'm gonna perform, which I think is hard work that I've been doing this whole time that we've been on the trip is working on this itinerary.
Okay.
It's gonna
Okay.
fall apart as soon as everybody actually wakes up.
As you guys are going through the surface, and as Callum is just rehearsing and rehearsing and rehearsing during both times, you guys are bursting through the clouds, what seems like forever, then finally you guys break through and you see there are islands, and they're big islands. Not exactly continent size, but big enough to be like, okay, well, that's where we could set up camp. That's where we can set up camp and that kind of stuff. So he keeps going until he sees basically like I would explain it like Australia-sized piece, and he lands on it. And then
There's a giant spider. Nope, 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 nope.
a giant spider grabs the ship, and you're dead. That's it.
Actually was the smartest one. You guys are idiots.
So
That would be something. We
That
fucking
would be-
die and he lives.
that would be funny.
And I turn the spaceship on autopilot and get into a cryptopod and we leave.
And that's how he left alive.
And he actually was Named a hero for saving the entire spaceship from the giant spider menace
So,
for Super Earth.
as you are, as you're going down, um, Pyra and Scurvy, he finally lands, and he looks at you. All right, keep your eyes peeled. I don't know what the hell's out there. And you see him unbuckle his seatbelt, and he gets up. Were you about to say something?
Um, Jesus, yes.
That's what's on the
What race
surface.
is Scurvy? Is he like a human or is he just like a robot?
No, he's just human. I mean, as far as you can tell, he's human. He's just about 5 foot, like short brown hair, kind of comb over to the side, light beard. He's wearing like a leather vest, but with like a black tank top. I mean, underneath the spacesuit now, obviously, and black jeans. So as far as you can tell, he's human, and as far as you've known him, he seems to be human.
And one other question: is he pretty much the one in charge when the captain's asleep?
Yes, pretty much. Yes.
All right.
Technically, I'm the only one on the ship, so I'm in charge.
At this time, he goes, "All right, Pyra, as long as you're ready." He hits the door, and you see the ramp start to touches the surface. And
Yes, sir. Let's proceed with caution.
as you both lead out, it is grassy. It is the greenest that you've ever seen in a long time. Most planets that you guys reach are either desert wastelands or they're just waterlogged. So this is the first time. So this is the first time you've heard of like reading in books and stuff about like the plains, and there's grass growing everywhere. This is the first time where you actually get to see it in real time. So for you as your character, quite a big shock. And you see instantly Scurvy's like touching it. He's like, oh my god. And you see him like as he's like just touching like all the grass as he's like going through, and you guys can see there is what looks to be like there's fields of where somebody somewhere must have put a field. I gotta let my little dog out. She's freaking out. Hold on. Bad
Okay.
timing. Go, Max. Stop being loud. Thank you.
I'm freaking out.
So it seems like there's fields that have been planted there. They're in perfect formation, like 100 yards by 100 yards, perfect square fields. And you can see there's tall wheat. And he's like, yeah, there has to have been another group here. There's no way we're the first ones.
Sir, do you think they might still be around?
And you see him just kind of open his arms like, where would they be?
Well, the wheat's alive.
I don't know, sir, but I'm not sure I like this.
I'm not sure I do either. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, you both hear a very long brrr. You see him look confused. He's like, you've got to be shitting me. And you hear it again, the brrr.
Can I do a perception check?
Of course.
Oh, no. 12.
12. You look around, and there in one of the fields, eating some of the wheat, is a cow. Now, for you both, this is a big deal. I know for us, like as people, like oh, fucking cow, who cares? But in space, where there's no cows,
It's a space cow.
It is a space cow.
Dear God, sir, it's a space cow. You know what? I'm gonna say that.
It's a space cow. Yes, you moron. As he like baps you on the side of the head.
He had to use a roll to figure that out, dude. While this is going on, can I go to the pilot's area at the front of the
Yes.
ship, and I'm going to start bouncing ideas off of Mother for the itinerary.
Okay. That's hilarious. You're gonna
Like
use
which-
the supercomputer to make that.
Should we do shuffleboard first, or should we do the performance with me and the jazz band?
You hear it go. Ding. You and the jazz band for sure. At this time, he runs over and he's like, and you see him like slowly reaches out and touches the cow. He's like, she's real.
And it dissolves into a bunch of spiders.
She turns into a
It's
horrible monster.
Its jaw unlocks. It just becomes as horrific.
Well, that's seen enough. Time to leave this planet forever.
It's almost like me and Tannen are biding our time because something bad will inevitably happen.
No.
I figure they're not just gonna fly down there and be like, oh yeah, we got some cows and wheat, and fly back up and we just live our happy life.
During this time, you see him like he stops touching the cow. We've got to look. We got to look for civilization, man. I mean, if she's still here, there's a good chance that somebody else
This
is.
would definitely make the 24 hours not possible. There's no way this cow would still be here.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Is how she's surviving, and nobody else is. Isn't that a little crazy to think about?
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile,
Very, sir.
Mother, do you think a Scrabble tournament would be good? Or do you think
That sounds
Scrabble's
lame as hell.
Wow.
No. You hear
Noted.
her go. Maybe not a Scrabble tournament. Maybe just have other people in the same room play Scrabble.
Like free for all.
You hear another.
They can just do what they want.
Yes. At this time, I forgot what your character name is. Hold on. Caleb, there we go. Caleb, as you ask that question, all the lights shut off. And almost all the power seems to shut off.
Mother, turn the power back on.
You hear no response.
Very much like what you would say.
Mother, lights on.
You still don't hear
I say that a good 3 or 4 more times. Super annoyed.
On the
And
fourth,
so then Okay.
time, the lights go back on.
Mother, what just happened? I told you to turn the lights on.
You just hear a. I'm sorry, I don't have any recollection of that. Please try again.
Mother, you turned off all the lights. The whole ship went dark. Why did you do that?
I'm sorry, I don't have any recollection of that. Please try again.
He repeats himself.
She just keeps, every time he asks that, she just keeps saying the same thing over and over and over again.
What do you mean try again? You keep saying the same thing over and over.
Even when you say that, she says the same thing.
Mother, hello? Can you respond with anything else?
You hear a yes.
Okay. Mother, please record. And he starts playing the trumpet like nothing happened.
Give me a performance check to see how good it is.
It has to be good. I'm Callum. Harmon
Your
Scribe.
character would say that. It has to be good.
23.
23. It's really
What?
good. Really
What?
good. Like for you, you're like, oh yeah. This is baby making for music.
I was born to do
That's the
this.
thing is Callum is annoying and stuck up, but then he plays the instrument. Everyone's like, "No, he's right. He's really good."
But he's all right.
Where are these roles when I need them on the other campaign?
Yeah, I know. During this time, you see him grab the cow by kind of like the scruff of the neck. Okay, here's what I say we do. I'm not saying we put her in the ship, because one, there's no way she's gonna fit in our little pod. However, I say we wait it out for just a little bit and see why she is surviving. Because there has to be a reason why.
Right, but we should definitely take precautions for the storm if it is happening.
You're right. Here's what we'll do. You see him look around. All right, I see a nice cave over there. It's not really a cave. It's more of like some rocks are just kind of like covering over like a little mound here. So like you guys can be underneath of it. And he's like, okay, here's what I said. We're going to go underneath her. That's just in case if the storm does start, because we're not going to be here for all of it. Otherwise, we will die. At least if at the start we can be in that cove there and we can run straight to the ship and get the hell out of here.
Sir, is there any way we can have Mother monitor?
Like monitor the cow or monitor us?
The weather.
Sir, I meant the weather, but that sounds like a better idea than us staying on this planet.
But we have to figure out something with the cow, man. Don't you find it a little odd that she's surviving on a planet that destroys all life on it?
They call Mother, but they can't get a hold of her because Callum's using her to record a new album.
Sir, please respond. I'm sorry. Another user is using me. Please talk later. Oh, I'm gonna kick his ass when I get
God
on
dang it! I told him not to use it.
Now, you see him go, that's a good idea. And you see him go, Mother, come in. Your mother go, yes. Could you monitor the weather while we are here and tell us if the storm is incoming? That way we can leave before it. You hear her go, yes. Perfect. Okay. There we go. Okay, so she's going to have our back while we're doing this. You see him, he brings...
Mother? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Mother, can you transmit a message to the captain and the fire thingy?
You hear, you mean the pilot and the welder?
Yes.
Yes.
You guys, you have to listen to this. This has to be one of the best songs I've ever written. And then I transmit the song into their earpieces so they can't hear each other.
This is how Tannen's character dies because he can't hear anything other than jazz music.
He's like, it is good though. This is very good.
And I'm just over here like...
Inside your helmet, Tan, you're guys, you've got to hear that. And
Are you bloody kidding me?
And you hear jazz music start to blow through the headphones.
But it's good.
It's good.
It's really good.
Yes.
Mute that.
Muted as it goes to silent.
Mother, what? Did they mute it? I can see right here on the console they muted it.
Maybe. Just kidding. You hear her say yes.
Mother, override mute. And then I say my dad's password.
Give me a history
That I
check to
stole.
see if you remember your dad's password.
Would be funny.
You have to let me do it because it would be funny. That's the important part. Ooh.
Right. You're on a dangerous
Now,
foot.
there at least has to be a chance.
Let me see what my bonus actions are because this is not a good roll. I got an 8, but I think I have a thing that makes it so I can do something else.
The heroic inspiration.
That's also true.
Oh yeah. How do I use my heroic inspiration for this?
I
I think
think
it's a D4, right?
I actually don't know. I gotta look on the Discord at his character. Hold on.
You can expend it to reroll any die immediately after rolling it, and you must use the new roll.
Ooh!
Did you hear that?
Oh, it's a D8 is what it is. A D8. But yes, Tenet is right.
So just re-roll
Yep.
the D20.
Yep. Yes, sir.
And then I have a D8 to add to it, or what does the D8 mean?
Well, the D8 is normal inspiration, so the D8 is what you add to the roll, is what it's for.
Okay. What does the D8 look like?
It's the diamond. So it's the one
Looks
that.
like a dice with 8.
Okay, so I roll the diamond. So I rolled a 7 plus 5 plus 5.
So yeah,
17.
17. Yes, that's good. Okay.
I only had to use my heroic inspiration to...
You type in your dad's password. All of a sudden, Byra, you hear the same message. Guys, you gotta hear this.
Dang it, column!
You
Mother!
just hear Scurvy go, "You've gotta be kidding me!" Go ahead, Pyra. Yes.
Mother, please mute that.
I'm sorry, it has been overridden.
Motherfucker, column!
Mother's like, please don't call me that.
Kirby, are you able to mute this?
No, he overrid it. I can't mute it anymore.
You can't override his overvision? How does he have more power than you?
Cause he stole his dad's password. He owns the damn thing.
Frickin' stupid motherfucking column! Did we test the air?
You see him. He just presses the button and the face mask lifts up.
I fall immediately and like, throw my helmet to
You
the
see him just
side.
throw it on the ground. Ah, God! You see him take a second. He's like,
It was good, though.
Sir, we
Can't
are
be that
changing
mad.
that password when we get back.
damn straight. You see him look
I
around.
don't think you can.
It's oxygen. You see him look confused at Pyra. I'm breathing the same air you are breathing. This is oxygen.
Whoa.
Sir, I kind of figured with the plants here it would be safe, but, you know, I honestly didn't care at that point.
Well, I mean, trees are the main producer of it. There's no trees anywhere. You see him go,
Algae.
all right. We're going to test my cow theory. We're going to wait for it to rise, and then we're going to book it to the pod. We're just going to haul ass home.
Cow turns into a tree.
Ah!
Dear God, that explains everything.
That's how we have oxygen.
It's pure oxygen.
It explains why the cow's still living, why there's air here. You know, weirdly enough, This cow turning into a tree might explain everything.
You,
All right.
as you both are sitting there waiting, um,
Mother,
yes.
please ask those boys down there for a response on the new song.
You don't hear a response.
Mother,
Yes.
mother, why was there no response, mother?
It appears their helmets are off.
Is that safe?
Temporarily.
Mother, how do I get down there?
You must take one of the pods.
Can you pilot it?
If you would like me to, I can pilot it for you.
Okay, let's go and send one of the coffee robots to the pod.
As you go to the pod, you see the one that carries a brand new carafe, brand new. It's you see him bring it to you. Coffee, sir.
Mother, load coffee robot into pod.
You see like a soft metal hand that comes out of the wall and just kind of shoves the robot into the pit.
All right, I hop into the pod, and I have a very expensive looking spacesuit that's unnecessarily designed,
Like
but
it's all
is
gold. Your
super.
helmet's
It's
made of
beautiful.
gold.
And so I get in.
You get in.
Mother, land on planet where Captain is.
Commencing landing on planet, and you feel the exact same motion that they did. You feel the dock move out, and then you feel the thrusters, and you hear her say disengaging, and you feel the sudden kind of drop in your stomach as it just lets go for a second, and then she takes control and starts gliding you down to the planet. During this time,
And you see the ship coming down.
during this time, you and Scurvy both hear the rockets of the pod coming down from the outer surface. You've got to be kidding
I
me! He
swear
followed
that's
us
calm.
down. You know, I'll let this cow beat him up. It'll be the first time for a knick-knack paddywhack if you catch my drift. All right.
Very good, sir.
Take that back. Take that back right now.
You're not there.
I just mean as the DM, you should not make bad jokes like that.
Oh yeah, baby. Anyway, you see him
Dude,
as they are
somebody commented on your stream, cheap viewers on streambo.net.
Stream boo. Hold on,
Wow.
I gotta use my phone to ban them. Hold on. Give me a second, folks. I saw that. I was just ignoring it, but I can ban them. It's fine.
Am I not your banathon guy?
You should be my banathon guy. Maybe. Well, no, maybe not, because this one is a different one. Hold on. Oh shit. There we go. Ban time! The ban hammer has been happening. The ban hammer has been downed. Anyway.
I'll post a hot dog to relieve the stress in the chat.
Nice. Nice. As you both are watching the pod land, and it kind of lands parallel to your guys' pod as you see the dock start to slowly open.
Out comes Callum, and right behind him rolls the coffee robot in my super fancy suit.
That is the gaudiest thing I've ever seen. As you see the pilot just staring at you in bafflement.
I press a button on my suit so that it plays what I'm saying out of speaker in the suit. Protocol states you must keep your helmet on while on all excursions from the ship.
You see Scurvy just run towards you, and you see him, he hits a button on the side, releasing the helmet. Oh no! Your helmet fell off! That's crazy.
I hold my breath and I scramble to grab the helmet and I put it back on and snap it into place. How could you do that?
Protocol says you should go back home.
I know the protocol.
Permission to
What did you
strike
think
this
of my
man.
song? You never responded. I was
Granted.
worried.
As he like nods to you, Pyra.
Wait, what did
I
Pyro
don't
say?
use my full force, but enough that he'll feel it, and I knock the wind out of him.
You feel like a soft punch right in your gut there, Callum. That just kind of like lets all the air out of your stomach. And you kind of like all the wind out of your sails a little bit.
I am so mad. I instruct the coffee robot to get back on the pod. And I start heading up the ramp.
Before it leaves, you see it look at Pyra and Scurvy. Coffee, sir.
And I say, no coffee for them. And
As it scurries and follows you back into the pod. Damn, I would have
Mother?
actually liked some coffee, I'm not gonna lie.
Mother,
Yes.
please return both pods to the ship.
I cannot do that, sir.
Types in Dad's password.
The overriding sequence cannot be commenced due to a safety protocol.
Mother,
Yes.
activate mutiny protocol.
You hear her go, that doesn't exist.
Mother,
Just trying out everything.
Get back on your pod and get back on that ship. I'm gonna strike you for real this time.
can I punch him? Can I come out and try to punch him?
You absolutely can if you want to.
Try.
I have a high strength. What do you want me to roll for? Strength?
Well, it would just be a roll to hit. It would just be without
It
your...
would be an unarmed strike.
Yes.
It should be under.
Oh, yeah. Let me look at my actions. +5.
That's actually pretty
Uh-oh,
decent.
baby. Uh-oh, baby. I rolled a 19. So 14 to hit. 3 damage.
Does that hit?
What was the hit?
14.
No. 24.
24. Yeah, that does hit. That's for sure.
I rolled a 19. +5. Sorry.
Oh. You said 14, so that's why I was just like, okay.
I meant to say 24.
No,
but
you're fine. You're fine. Anyway, so you come out of the pod as the dock goes down. You storm your way to Pyra, and you just boom, right in the stomach.
Real quick, because I can deflect. Give me a second. Let me see how it works.
If I remember right, it has to be a ranged thing. If I remember right.
When an attack roll that includes bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage hits you, you can reduce the attack's total damage by 1d10 plus 10. So, yeah. He definitely doesn't hit me.
So, well, no, he'll still hit you. It just won't do a lot of damage. So it's just like you just...
reducing the attack's total.
Oh, it's reducing the total. So go ahead and roll a d10
Yeah.
because it's still a 25. Is that what you said, Andrew?
Yeah, 25.
No, 24. It was a 24. Because I
24.
Yeah.
Sorry.
not that that's a big difference,
I
but
think
you
you're
know.
misunderstanding. It's reducing the damage he does to me.
Yeah,
So
that's what
it
I
goes
said.
from
It's
3
reducing-
damage to
yeah.
0.
Which,
Well, no.
you only did 3 damage,
No,
right?
my roll to hit was 25.
So go ahead and
Yeah,
roll damage.
My damage is literally, it just says 3.
So okay, it'd be 3 damage. So yeah, you're rolling a d10 plus 3, which would already
10.
It
Which
doesn't
would
say
reduce
roll a
to 0.
d10. It just says 3 because the other one say 1d4
is,
plus
but-
2.
I
No,
want to redirect this to him.
No. So Ted has an ability that he can deflect stuff. So that's what he's saying. He can deflect your thing,
Okay.
so it does less damage. It still hits, but it just does less damage. So
That's fine with me.
you
It's
hit
one
him.
of those things where I catch it with like my hand, so it doesn't do as much as if it would have hit me.
I think it would be cooler if he hits you and you just stand there.
Good job. Now get
Okay.
back on your pod and leave.
Okay, can we have this pissing contest over now, guys? I don't know about you, but pretty soon we need to get off the planet. So why don't we all just chill out?
Very well, sir.
If you want to stay here and have our test with us, you may, but being a pain in the ass is highly not suggested, especially during a storm, because I will leave your ass here. Do you understand me, Callum?
Technically, you guys are the aggressors. I landed here, you ripped my helmet off and attacked me.
First of all, I didn't attack you. I took your helmet off because you were giving me some bullshit about
Which-
protocol that you made.
It's against protocol.
That you made. Your dad didn't make
It's
it.
for
You made.
It's for safety.
I took all the classes. I know which ones your dad's made and which ones you made, and this one's you made.
I feel like that's just outside of this conversation. I think don't take your helmet off on an alien planet is a very reasonable protocol to have.
True. But however, if you found a planet that looks like Earth and there's animals you recognize and plants you recognize, wouldn't you take the chance?
Yeah, except for they said that you
Especially
said
when
that
you
they've
had
never
annoying
seen
chicks
grass
using
before,
your
so
I mean, true, but I mean, you've been in space. Like, this is future. Like, this is like way.
I go and sit by one of the landing gear of the ships, and I just sit
Pod.
there, and I'm very mad.
Well, we got him to cool off, I guess. All right. As you see him, he's just studying the cow. He's just writing everything down. And from what most of you can tell, it's just standing there grazing on the grass. And then you guys sit there for about an hour or two. And you guys start to feel the sky kind of condense. Almost as if like the world was kind of like shutting itself on you guys as the whole area starts to darken and get cloudy.
Sir, should we be worried?
Hold on. And you see him run to his helmet. He puts it back on. Mother, what's going on? You hear her
Not
say,
such a dumb protocol after all, eh? Callum interrupts, mother.
you see Scurvy run to a cow pie and he picks it up with his hand and he acts like he's going to throw it to you. One more word. One more word. He drops it, wipes it on his suit.
I'm in a spacesuit.
You think that spacesuit's gonna save you from me? Remember who's driving you. Mother, what's going on? And you all hear Mother say, incoming acid rainstorm. Oh, shit. How severe are we talking? Apocalyptic.
I'm already getting on the ship. I'm already getting on my pod.
The dock closes.
Mother, back to the ship, please.
Commencing back to the ship. Are you sure you want to leave? Chance of survival rate 70%, as you will have to go through the acid rain clouds.
Yes.
You hear the ship's thruster start to as you take off. Right as you hit the clouds, the rain starts to pour. And you see Scurvy go, okay.
Wait, Scurvy's on here? I didn't invite Scurvy on there.
No.
Oh.
No, I'm talking to
Talking
Pyro.
about me
Yeah.
now.
Oh.
Scurvy looks at
Wait a
Pyro. He's like,
minute.
okay, we got to get that ship out of there. We need to bring it in here. He runs out into the acid rain, and instantly you can see the splashes on his skin, and you can see pss, 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 as little pieces of smoke start to happen, and you just hear him scream. as he's running full force, and he hits his helmet. It closes. Oh, you see him stop for a second. Holy shit! And he runs to the dock and he hits it. The ramp falls down. He runs inside. He's like, "Mother, get me as close to that cove as you can out of the rain." You see her slowly flipped up, like probably around like 3 feet off the
Can
ground.
I roll something to override takeoff? Because I'm still.
You cannot. As
That's rude.
As you can see bits of pieces of smoke, and you can see the ship slowly getting damaged through the rain as it's starting to heavy pour now. You see him drive the ship into the cove, and you can see the ship, it's fine to fly, but it looks a little worse for wear right now. You see him open up the door, and when he pops out, you can see a side of his face is melted. You see
Only
him,
you were friendly to the healing guy that you made leave.
you see him look at you look at Pyra, and he just says, "Worst sunburn I ever got." And he takes off his helmet.
How did he get the sunburn? Did it go through his helmet?
He didn't have it on when he first went out.
He had it on, but he didn't have his visor on, so the rain was still hitting him in the face.
Permission to speak.
Permission
If he would have followed the helmet protocol, he wouldn't have the burn on his face.
You see him look at Pyra. "Listen, I'll go to medical bay. We'll get her all patched up. It's not the first time my face has been like this, let's be honest." And all of a sudden, as you guys are talking, you both don't notice the cow is on the ground. It's not breathing, it's not moving. Black goo is pouring out of its mouth.
Hot.
That's good.
At this point, I need a Constitution saving throw at least 3 times as you are trying to leave the atmosphere in this ship as you are blasting through
Me?
acid rain. Yes, you. You
I
are
thought
rolling.
Mother was piloting
You
the
are
ship.
yes, but you are in the ship. You are rolling for the ship.
So I have to roll 3 d20s?
Yes,
Can I?
Each-
Do you want me to just roll them all at the same time?
that is up to you. It doesn't matter.
19, 17, 1.
Was doing great until that last one.
Wait, we had to take the lowest one?
No. No, you're just
Oh,
doing
okay.
3 saving throws as you're trying to leave.
Those are my 3 saving
So,
throws. Do I
as-
add anything to them or
No.
just leave them?
No, just leave. So as you are leaving the atmosphere, the acid rain first, it starts hitting the ship. Nothing seems to happen. And then right when you're about to leave the orbit of the planet, one of the engines just on the right-hand side. And you hear Mother go, and you just hear a loud alarm go, doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. Alert, alert, one of the engines has fallen. Pilot ability happened. And as you're like slowly making your way towards the ship now, it is at a crawling speed.
Would I make it?
So far.
So am I on the ship now or am I still in the pod?
No, you're still in the pod. It's gonna take a
Okay.
good long while.
Because I'm calling my dad as soon as I get to the pod, and these guys are going to be fired.
As Scurvy looks at the cow, he goes, "Oh my god!" You see him run to the cow and kind of like kneel down. He like puts its hand on it. He takes off one of the gloves and kind of like starts touching its neck.
That goes against the glove protocol.
He looks at you and goes, "It's gone."
This voice of Colum.
They can hear in their head that that Callum
You
would
know-
have brought up the glove. No, I'm just saying, in their mind, they just hear it. They're like, Callum would have told me about the club protocol.
Forever in their minds.
Callum taught them the training.
And you see, the goo is almost. How do I explain it? If you've seen like like the Last of Us
almost
intro when you
like-
see like the veins start to move, but it seems like they're alive, like from the
It's
goo.
almost
If
like
that makes
it's
sense.
venom or something.
Not really. Venom's is more like it just looks like Jello moving. Like with this one, it looks like blood. However, but it's more
Kind of
alive.
like a mycelium, like
yeah, exactly. It's just kind of like spreading out. And you see, it's kind of like spreading up towards you guys, and he backs away. Yeah, I feel like
Captain, he win.
I
Touched it.
I feel like we should not go near whatever that is.
Agreed, sir.
Hey, Pyro, do you have any tubes on you? Anything like that? Any of
At
your welding
least
gear?
I'm safe. Mother, what's happening on the surface?
The acid rain will take about an hour to be done.
Stand for life. Where we landed.
2 humanoids.
Anything else coming up on your reading?
Nothing else.
Okay,
Does
perfect.
not look like have anything to hold anything.
So nothing that can hold this vial.
I mean, I could waste
Only-
my oil, but that might come in handy later on.
Yeah, I feel like we should save that just in case.
Only you were nice
Well-
to me.
Well, shit. He turns around and you can't see what's happening, but all of a sudden he turns around and you just see his body start to shake and convulse.
The cow or the captain?
Scurvy.
Pilot. We don't have a captain, remember?
Should have followed the helmet and glove protocol.
Because as he turns around to you, you can tell it crawled up on his back, the black goo, and is now wrapped around into the front of his face.
I'm gonna rip his mask off and try to get it off of him.
Give me a strength check.
You idiot. Do you have your suit on?
17.
17. It's almost like you're like pulling thick glue as it just tries to reattach itself as you're pulling. And it's in his throat as you're pulling it. It's like a good foot coming out. And you rip it down, you throw it down on the ground, you see it sort of hiss at you, and it goes into the acid rain. Unchallenged by the acid rain as it just flows away. At this point in
Sir, are
time,
you okay?
no response.
He-
From what you can tell,
He
what
responds,
happens is as you let go of him, he just drops to his knees and falls to the ground unconscious.
I'm going to check his pulse.
You check his pulse. It's beating. It's beating. It's not beating fast or slow. It's like somewhere right in the middle. Which is like duh, 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 duh.
healthy.
Okay, I'm going to take his body, prop it up against one of the walls away from the cow, and I'm gonna pretty much throw the cow as far as I can into the rain.
Okay, as you put your face mask on, you just kind of drag her out. As you do, the cow is unaffected by the storm. As you are pulling Scurvy back into the ship, and you're watching for a good solid minute as the cow just, its body unaffected, completely unaffected by it. As you hit the ramp and it's slowly.
You guys are gonna kill all of us, aren't you? Let's get back to the ship. Uh-oh, we brought some goo back.
No, I think there was a misunderstanding. I wanted to throw the cow out in the acid rain and then take his body and keep it in the cave part that we're in.
Oh, I thought you were heading back to the pod. Ah, I see.
Please do not
Yeah,
return
I
to the
still
ship.
have to misunderstand.
So, as you're like, you can't really throw the cow because it's a cow, but you're like kind of like dragging it out, and your suit kind of taking a little bit of, put a little bit of rain damage. Your suit's it's gonna be a little worse for wear. It's still doing its job. It's still keeping you relatively safe, but you can definitely see there's starting to be burn marks after you pull the cow out. And like I said, you sit there and watch it for a good solid minute, and nothing affects the cow body.
You're that, and I'm gonna go back into the cave and, like I said, get him, and I'm gonna go as far back as I can and rest him against one of the walls, so I can like keep an eye on the opening.
Gotcha. So as you're watching and you're watching for a good maybe 30 to 40 minutes, you can see the storm start to unsettle, and it just kind of slowly dissipates for the next half hour, and all the rain goes away.
As soon as it dissipates, I'm gonna grab him, get on the pod, and tell Mother to head back to ship.
As you do, as you're running towards the pod, you can see the cow is getting up, and it just stands and starts eating grass as you are dragging his body back in the ship. You hear Mother go, commencing launch, as the ramp goes up after you watch the cow just seemingly act normal.
Before we take off, can I do a perception check of the ship to make sure nothing got on?
You may. Give me a perception check.
Shit. I got a 5.
5. As far as you can tell, with what was going on and how eagle eye you were on Scurvy, you weren't really paying attention to what was going in and on with the ship. You were more worried about the life in front of you at the moment. So as far as your character knows, nothing seems to be different.
I am definitely going to be killing us all, Andrew, but I tried.
Am I on the ship yet?
Slowly, the ship hits the dock. Commencing. God, sorry, I had a total brain fart. Sorry. Commencing sanitation. There we go. That was the word I was looking for. Commencing what? Commencing sanitation. As instantly the whole pod just fills with the sanitation smoke. And you hear the robot after the sanitation go, coffee for you, sir.
With that sanitation spray in there, you're gonna have to get some new coffee, buddy.
You see him open up his chest, and there is a new carafe, and you see him take the old one and put it in his chest, and he puts it on the platter.
All right, follow me. I start running, and I get up to where the tunnel is to go back into the main ship from the docks.
Mm-hmm.
I sanitize, take off my suit, and leave it in the tunnel and shut the door behind me. And I run to the computer to start trying to activate the quarantine of the dock protocol because they took their helmets off. So that way they can't get into this part of the ship.
You hear Mother go, he authorization needed for quarantine.
I type in my dad's password that I know.
Quarantine available.
Quarantine dock from
Wait,
all
if
other
this
parts of the ship.
is-
What was that? What was that, Pyra?
I said it's really gonna be funny if this fucking saves his ass.
It's called protocol. You don't take your helmet off on foreign planet. You have to be quarantined now. Anyway, so I activate the quarantine and seal the dock off from all other parts of the ship, including ventilation and everything.
Okay. As you do, Pyra, you guys make it through all of the surface of the planet. You guys are in the orbit. You see the ship. On one side, you can see a red flashing light that wasn't there before as you're entering the dock of the ship.
What is that?
You hear on comm.
I'm just sorry, you guys took your helmets off. You're in quarantine now. Should have followed the protocol.
Open this bloody door.
No, can't do that, buddy.
If you
Gotta
don't
make
open
sure.
that door, you hear Scurvy awaken. If you don't open that door, I swear to God, I will kick your ass all over this ship.
Sorry, Scurvy, just following protocol. Can't go away from the protocol, buddy. You know that. And then I turn my comm off and I mute it.
That idiot's gonna get us killed.
Are you feeling okay?
I feel fine. Honestly, I'm a little hungry. I don't know about you, but other than that, I'm fine.
Can I start checking this ship's directory of people who are on it to see if there's another pilot?
As you're searching through, you can see there's not really many of these people are like your
Aristocratic?
not even aristocratic. Like most of them are like, you know, your lumbermen, your people that build houses and stuff like that, your farmers. These are all people that are meant to make the start of the new world great and be able to basically force civilization to live.
Can I roll history to see if I remember if any of my friends are on the ship?
You may, yes, Pyra.
Like maintenance tunnels around here that I might be able to access?
There
17.
are. As you open, the whole sanitation system happens to you guys. The whole little ship gets all sanitized. You guys go to the sanitation room where your suits are sanitized. You guys leave, and you can see Scurvy looks, other than his face half melting away. Um, Other than that, you can see he's really sweaty, but other than that, he seems fine.
Can I do a medicine check on him real quick?
Yeah,
I was
go
gonna
ahead.
ask it. Can I do like have the computer do a medical scan of him?
I'll probably be better than my medicine check. Go for it.
Also, I rolled a 17 on history.
Okay, so let me use the restroom real quick. We're gonna take just a quick little break. I need to use the restroom and all that, and I will get back to your history check. Yeah.
off if he just followed my protocol. And how funny it is that I made them take the helmets off by being annoying, and they were annoyed, so they took the helmets off. Then I flew clear down to the planet just to yell at them for taking their helmets off. And then I left them behind, and his face got melted because he took his helmet off.
Like I said, you're the villain.
I'm not the villain. I was right the whole time.
You're the villain. You're the villain. Just because you're
If
the
he would have just left, if he would have just left his helmet on, listened to my jazz song, and then responded, he would have a face.
So now
way to look at it.
it's a real
History
villainy
check,
way
17.
to 17.
I am not a villain.
No, your dad did not allow your friends on the ship because he knew more than likely you would wake them up.
You're so rude to me. Who's the smartest person on the ship that's not in the dock? And not me, of course.
Are you asking the ship that?
Mm-hmm.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? Not you, dumbass.
You see her say, "The coffee bot behind you."
The coffee bot is smarter than every one of these thousands of beings on the ship.
They're all asleep. You didn't say
More
asleep. You just said on the ship.
machinery.
I meant the people that are asleep too. We need to wake a couple of them up, because I need a crew.
You see her say, "Waking up anyone is not advised. None of these are fit for space travel."
I'm not fit for space travel, computer. And here I am, the savior of the ship. What'd you say?
Correct.
Beep, you're not wrong.
See, she said I was the hero of the ship.
Right then and there, you see the coffee bot run off, and you see him bring back your very, very fancy coffee that you enjoy. And you see him delicately put it towards you. "Coffee for you, sir."
And I start drinking it. Oh, God, I need this. Coffee bot.
You see him bow.
How do we get out of this mess?
You see him stand up.
Coffee for you, sir.
And exactly. "Coffee for you, sir?"
You know how to say anything other than that?
"No, sir. Other than this explaining that I cannot explain anything else." "Coffee for you, sir?"
I already have
understood that
coffee.
reference.
Mother, please complete a full medical scan of the pilot and the fire guy.
The fire guy. Good lord. Never gonna learn his name. Yeah, that one fire dude that I've been traveling in space with? Yeah, that guy?
I think it's in character for him to only know him as fire guy.
Also fair. That is very
He
fair.
Yes, I
remembers his
know
name
yes.
sometimes, but not all the time.
Okay.
I also see if Mother can do a food delivery into the dock, because the pilot said he was hungry, because I'm not that evil.
After you hear the ding, you hear there is parasitic information based on a presence within the ship.
Please go over options to eradicate parasitic infection.
Quarantine already induced.
Is there any way to kill it? Like kill it in the quarantined area?
You hear her say, "We would have to take it to the medical bay to scan it."
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea, because wouldn't it just get into other parts of the ship?
It is possible that it may, but without knowing what it is or what it can do, there is no way of telling what we should do with it.
Is there any way to get anything of the medical supplies down to the dock?
You see it pause for a moment.
Joel, Joel's gears are turning. How do I get the infection to where Andrew is?
No. It's more about like the robot has to think because nobody's asked it, hey, how do I not do this myself? This is the
Well, I
first time
don't
the
want
robot
to
has to
do
go,
that.
I have to do this?
Because there's a parasitic infection. She just said that we don't know. She just said there's an alien parasitic infection down in the dock, and I'm not going down there. Which is exactly in character of what my character would say.
Sure, that's what most people would say. Ain't no way I'm going down there now.
Computer, can you walk Welder through testing of parasitic infection?
Oh, I'm doing this? Cool.
You're down there already.
Cannot commence quarantine without their authorization.
What? The quarantine's already commenced.
To receive medical supplies, we would need to send medical bots down to the medical bay and then back to wherever you would like to show them.
Okay, so we send the medical bots in there and then close the door behind them, and they can stay down there and figure out what the infection is. Is that correct?
Unfortunately, no. We would have to still scan them in the medical bay.
All right, just leave them down there.
During this time,
I'm gonna leave you up here.
Pyra,
I'm too important.
Pyra, you see a couple of robots start to pile up right in front of you two, and you start to see them unpacking a whole bunch of medical supplies in front of you, and you see them just kind of like pack up all the boxes and just leave. What the hell was that all about?
You're welcome.
I don't know, sir.
I take credit for it.
What's going on?
There is a quarantine based on Callum's request.
The computer did a scan and said there's a parasitic infection that you guys brought up. Maybe you should have followed the helmet rule. You guys got to stay down there. But here's as much medical supplies as we could get to you without lifting the quarantine.
Parasitic.
We just can't risk you guys killing everyone else on the ship when we're the last hope for humanity. We can't let you get the parasite in here.
Andrew.
Probably the most, that's probably the most reasonable thing that my character said.
Also, Andrew, after you say that, you hear Mother say something. I need you to look at your phone.
Let me use my onboard communication device.
You hear her say something, but only to where you can hear it inside the pit.
This doesn't fill me with a void of confidence.
Tannen, right-click me and Joel and mute us for a second. You can tell us when you muted us, because we can still hear you.
I can't tell if he did it yet. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear us? Can you hear us? What we're saying? No? Okay.
So I just want to go to the medical bay now that the quarantine's in place, so I can get tested.
You could have just said that on the thing as well. You didn't have to mute the guy.
I don't want them to know if I do, because I'm a self-preservationist.
Okay. Okay, I'll give you that too.
Um,
So during this time, you'll run over to the medical bay and
I want them. I want a complete full body workup done,
as you're
like
getting
every test
scanned,
they can do.
as you're getting scanned by the medical bay scanner, it reaches your stomach and you hear parasitic assumption in stomach.
Options.
Options. We can cut out the stomach. B. We can quarantine you until help arrives. C. We wait until the infection takes over and see what we can do.
Can you start calculating a cure or trying to do that? How long would that take?
With this parasite, it is hard to tell what to do with it. However, we can make some time and try to see if we can come up with something that will get rid of the parasite.
Side effects of stomach removal.
Bloating, as all the gas inside of your body will want to release.
Hmm. People do survive without
Digestion will
stomachs in
become
real
difficult.
life.
You hear digestion will become difficult as you will no longer have stomach acid to break down the food.
Let's just see what happens. And I start heading back
Okay.
to the thing. But I put my full suit back on
Okay.
to keep everything contained inside the suit
Okay.
to kind of quote unquote quarantine myself without telling anybody.
Okay. And then we'll wave.
Oh, tell me when you can hear me. Can you hear me now? I cannot hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear
I can hear
me.
you both now.
Perfect.
Hey, girl.
Okay.
Nothing
right.
happened actually, so no need to wonder.
Yeah, I don't
So,
believe that for a
you
second.
see-
I'm probably fucked.
You see Scurvy just kind of like he starts getting wow man, I'm super tired. It's like he's now like drenching in sweat. I gotta get something to eat, man. And he makes his way towards the mess hall as he kind of like shoves some of the medical supplies that was on the floor and kind of like just curls them in his hands.
Is he able to get to the mess hall, or is he in quarantine at the dock?
They are not in quarantine at well, I guess yeah, because you're quarantined. So yes, their quarantine would be in the docks, but he's going to still try to get to the mess hall. He doesn't know where you quarantined at all. You are the
I
only
did
one
ask
that knows.
earlier. I asked earlier to try to see if we could deliver food down to the dock, but then we took the break.
Yes, you would be able to. Yes, it'd be
Okay,
like
I want to order because I overheard him on the comm say that he needs to eat, so I request food delivery to the docks.
okay. So as he's like trying to like shuffle his way slowly to one of the doors, real quick on through the door, it just opens up the smallest bit so a tiny little bot can fit through, and it closes behind it. And you see it's carrying like a large box on the top of its head, and it just rolls forward. And he goes, and he looks at the camera. Seriously? And he grabs the food off. You're not even gonna let me get real food? And he brings it over to Pyra. What did you order then?
Uh, I followed protocol, and I did the full ration,
Full
which is just a dehydrated, basically MRE style ration that is used in quarantine and emergencies for a complete nutritional diet.
As he opens it, he just looks at the camera. You've got to be kidding me! You couldn't even get me real food, really?
Hey, I just am following protocol.
Following protocol where you get to eat all the food. This fucking guy, as he looks at Pyra.
He's drinking his really fancy coffee out of his cup
Eating
while he basically
some
sent you a brick of
scones.
nutritional paste. Solidified.
All right. Pyra, what would you
Um,
like to do at this time?
I'm gonna start looking for maintenance hatches and see if they're operational even in quarantine.
You try to turn one of them. Give me a strength check, as they are super sealed due to the quarantine. Spotify horror theme. Thank you, Spotify.
16.
16. Okay. As you and you start to it takes you a good while, but you slowly begin to turn it as this is your bread and butter. So you are just able to slowly turn the hatches, and you open one up, and you can see the coils of where all the electricity, and you can see the pipes that are going every which way within the ship. Oh, hey, Gizmo Reynolds. Hey, yo, from the UK. Hello, Gizmo. Hello, hello.
or is that on YouTube?
No, it's on our Twitch chat. It's a first time
Oh, I
chatter.
didn't see it. Nice.
So,
Um,
by the way,
I
you can see them as he's opening
I
the
know.
hatch.
Mother. Emergency protocol quarantine level 2, which shuts down the vents and the hat. It basically a metal door falls in any maintenance hatch or ventilation.
You hear Mother go, authorization required. During this time, I'm going to give Pyra a chance to make it through as he's doing the authorization code. Pyra, give me a dexterity check as you are now going to try to hurl yourself in there.
Like Indiana Jones, and your hat will fall, and you have to grab it.
19.
What was it?
19.
19. Yeah, we heard was teen, so that's why we were both like, what was the number?
I think he said 1 the first time, and then he changed it to 19.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, 19. Right as you and Scurvy jump through the hatch, you both feel a sudden rush of wind as the door just closes right behind you.
Are you locked in the maintenance shaft now?
Probably.
Good job, buddy!
We'll work on it.
I call to the over the entire speaker system. Why would you do that? Why would you go against the safety protocol?
You hear
Now
Scurvy
you're
go,
stuck in the
why would you
maintenance
do
shaft."
that? Are you kidding me? How about you unlock the thing and then we can come back out?
You should have left your helmet on.
I swear to God, if I ever get my hands on him, I swear to you. It's, they're both like crawling through.
I ask Mother, is there any way to forcibly move them back into the dock?
There is no way of pushing them into any source.
No. Mother, options. Options. He snaps at her.
Don't yell at me! No, I'm just kidding.
This is when
This
Mother
is
just
an
snaps.
She just sprints.
This is the emergency scenario.
You just hear her go, options have already been taken.
I go to my quarters and order that my quarters be quarantined from the rest of the ship, and I bring in like a laptop style like portable display so I can access the cameras and the computer inside my room.
Okay. During this time, Callum, you start to sweat furiously.
Just real quick, when I get in my room, I want to start working on trying to send out a distress signal. Make sure it's broadcasting because it should be broadcasting.
Give me a history check to see if you remember how to do that
I remember that.
as you are
I actually do remember.
a simple host.
The protocols, of course I remember. Wait, how did I do that?
You said what check?
A history
History.
check.
Cool. Um,
Yeah, most of the checks I've done for this has been wisdom, and I don't have any bonus to wisdom, so it's just been straight rolls.
But it's been doing good though, to be fair.
I rolled a 10, and I don't have anything that can help me.
10? Okay. I'll
That
say
I can
this. It
find.
takes you a good like 30 minutes before your brain finally starts to click and then you remember it. And then you put it in and you hear the distress signal sent. Is there a message you would like to relay?
I need you to make sure to send out high level biohazard detected, quarantine in effect. Please send medical to rescue as soon as possible.
You just hear her say again, but in like a kind of like scratchy voice. Is there a message you would like to relay? Relay?
Skrillex, is that you? Skrillex is here. I repeat the message.
This time it goes through and you hear her relay the message just to make sure she got it right. And then once you give the go ahead, she alerts you. Distress signal has been sent and same with the message. Is there anything else?
I want to send a message directly to my dad.
Message to father. I don't know why I'm
Dad.
doing this. Every time I'm playing Mother, by the way, I want you both to know this. This is from a role-playing standpoint. This is how character focused I am. You guys can't see what I'm doing, so I don't know why I'm doing it. I have a keyboard right here, and I'm doing this. every time I'm playing Mother. Every time. Anyway, go ahead.
Dad, things are really bad. The pilot and the welder went down to the surface of this planet, and they came back, and there's an unknown infection on the ship. It's taking over. We have quarantine in effect, but the passengers are in danger. Our distress signal is real, and I need you to help us as soon as you can. Quarantine in full effect, high level threat. Thanks.
You
Bye.
hear her relay the
Goodbye.
message back to you. And then once you give the go ahead, she goes, message sent.
All right, and then I tell the computer to continually do full ship sweeps for the infection, and every so many minutes to report back if the infection has moved to any other parts of the ship.
Instantaneously, you hear, one in quarantine room, the other in maintenance shaft.
So, quarantine room, she's talking about my room, right?
You bet your
Okay.
sweet ass.
That's fine. I'm not coming out of here.
During this time,
Alive.
Callum, you are so hungry. It's unbearable right now.
Um,
You know, like when you get the shakes when you have low blood sugar or you haven't eaten anything all day?
history
That's what it
check.
feels like.
History check to remember if I left any food in my room. Is that okay, or do I just know that?
I mean, that would probably be something that just you just know, but if you want to roll for it, I'll give it to you.
Okay, that's
Yes, my
fine.
Fruit Loops.
16.
My space old fruit stacks. 16.
Oh yeah. I have food in the fridge
You're
that I've
you're
taken from the bay.
let's say this. Your character is such a bougie bitch. You probably have a mini fridge that's stocked to the nine with just food and drinks. The whole works.
Can I say that I have one of the food replimat things in my room
That would
that I
make
had
sense.
specially
Yes, that would make sense.
put in for me only?
Yes, that would make absolute sense. I would
I
agree with
just
you.
start
So much
ordering.
since it's annoying.
Yeah, exactly.
I just start ordering meat, like a lot of meats, because I'm really hungry for meat. Like I don't know why it just is like, hey,
And
meat.
again, like it's the same like poop sit out over a plate and then you see it slowly start to form into what you ordered. But it looks perfect condition and anytime you take a bite, it tastes like the exact same thing. So you order like steak after steak after steak, and you just keep going munching on the food all the while. Pyra, as you guys are making through your way through the dark shaft, you see Scurvy.
I
He
reckon
like
I,
he
I can make her
opens
way
up
through
a
my dark shaft.
flare because it's a little hard to see down there. I mean, well, I don't know. Do Genasi's have dark vision or no?
I do have dark vision. I see in shades of red. I also have produce flame
Whoa!
that I can.
Shades of red? That's cool. That's different. That's dope. All right.
No wonder you're angry all the time. Red is an angry color.
So
If you could see me in
he
regular
opens up
color,
a
you wouldn't be
flare,
mad.
and it makes it a little bit easier. But I mean, for you, it was indifferent, really.
It's
As you
funny
guys are
because he
making your
does
way.
the flare, so now the pilot only sees in red too.
Anyway, you see him go. It's like, hey, listen, Pyra, I don't think I got much longer. Where do you want to go? As it's like kind of like struggling behind you.
Let's try to get through the mess hall for you, and I'll kind of hurry along.
All right. And he's like struggling as hard as he can, and you can see like through his vest, it's leather, but he's sweating through the leather. Like it's that amount of sweat.
If only somebody delivered food to you guys.
And as you guys are going and going, you know the hatches well. So I'm just gonna give it to you because this is the system where this is your, like I said, your main bread and butter. You know where everything in the ship is when it comes to the bowels of the ship.
No, it's really funny how our roles came out because it's like perfect for this setup.
Yeah, for real. Almost the perfect character for it, literally. So you like slowly start to tear it open. You push it open, and you can kind of still hear the alarm in the back as the quarantine is happening. And as you step out, you hear Mother go, "Quarantine broken. Quarantine broken. Please go back to the room. Please go back." And you just hear her relay that over and over and over and over again. And you see Scurvy, instead of like crawling out, he just falls out onto the floor. And the vent's like a good, like maybe 2 feet away from the floor. So he just go like thuds against the hard floor. And you can see him cover his ears like, ah, God, that's unbearable. As he like,
Is there
Volume
only like
up.
one speaker?
what? Sorry.
Is there only one speaker?
No.
by us?
Like you can hear it throughout the entirety of the ship.
I'll go over to him and be like, "I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to deal with it. We can't cancel it right now. In
I
our
I relay a message over the entire ship. Get back to the quarantine zone. You're putting everyone at risk. Get back to the quarantine zone.
You hear Scurvy go, as I heard, somebody was also infected, so guess who else is screwed? As he just tears off the comm and throws it.
I go over the loudspeaker of the entire ship. I am quarantined also. You guys need to get back to your quarantine zone. I'm quarantined as well.
You see Scurvy as he's really looking rough, and he like tries to pick himself up very slowly. And when he hit the floor, he just left a puddle of sweat, and he's getting up. And he looks at you. It's like, does this guy realize what we're dealing with here? Acid rain that was melting metal, my body. It didn't even touch the stuff. And he thinks a quarantine's gonna stop it?
It's gonna stop it more than just going throughout the entire ship.
As you see, like, he starts, like, just kind of, like, limply going towards the counter.
As he's doing all that, I'm going to get as much food as I can collect real quick. And then I'm gonna go up to him and be like, okay, let's get you to medical real quick.
You see him like, yeah. All of a sudden, you see his body stiffen up. And he falls back.
Good job.
And he falls
Good job,
back
Tannen.
on the table where everybody eats, like the mess hall table.
Can I try to catch him before he falls?
Well, I mean, he's not really falling like on the ground. He's just like, it's just like he stiffens up like a board. It just goes like this onto the table. But yes, if you still would like to catch it, by all means, yes.
Just a dexterity throw?
Yes, I will say give me like a sleight of hand as you're like quickly trying to just get him real quick.
20. Cool. I'm glad I got it for that.
Natural 20?
Yeah.
Beautiful. You catch him with supersonic speed almost. And you feel his whole body begin to shake and convulse as he stands there. And you're looking in his eyes and you can see the goo start to crawl over each eyeball and fully encase his eyes in black.
Quick question. Does he have his suit on and mask and everything? Like it's sealed?
No. He's wearing his normal clothes.
Oh,
Because
fuck.
he's an idiot.
Yeah,
He's
that's a
an
problem.
idiot.
Okay,
Start him on fire.
I might have to. I don't know.
Mother.
At this point,
Mother, test.
you see something in his chest go, like, start to, like, pressure his skin. And then, finally, you see a creature with, basically,
a big pair of boobs.
It looks like a brain, but it has spider legs as it bursts from the chest of him, and blood spurts everywhere. As you can see, his entrails start to land on the floor, and you hear it as it crawls off of his body and look at you.
I can see this on the camera. Can I open the door behind them to the mess hall from the computer?
Yes, but 1 second, let's see what Pyra does real quick while that's happening.
I'm sure it'll take a lot. My guess is it's going to take a while for the door to open anyway, so he's going to have to figure out what to do in the meantime. Because it's a quarantine.
That is very true. It would take you a while to unquarantine that door and such.
That specific door, and not everything else.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, Pyra, go ahead.
I see it, like, trying to merge from his body. Can I drop him?
Yeah, absolutely. You let go, or are you going to push it away?
Joel's like, no.
Yeah, I'm
can't.
pretty much gonna, like, drop them and in the same movement use like a bonus action to dash away.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So you just let go and you move. I believe it's your full speed, correct? Or is it half speed for disengage?
Uh, dash and disengage. So
Oh, you're using both? So both would be you're
well,
using.
I was just dashing.
Oh, it does dash. I believe dash is half, if I remember right. No. Sorry, that's disengage. I believe disengage is half speed. Shit, I don't know. It's been a while since I played a melee class. Tell you the truth. Other than Muck, but he got obliterated.
Joel was so tired of that voice. He's like, "What if we just make it
No,
so
no.
they
Okay,
find Muck's
no. You want to know the
skeleton?"
you don't want to know the truth. Here's the truth, right? If characters have a sad story, you got to make the story sad as well. So you got to have ins and outs of sad bits where it's not just like of course there's going to be good times and bad times with the story, but you also got to make sad bits as well. So yeah, you got to make it all themed together, baby.
Also, you didn't want us just to every time we have a problem have Muck touch them in the face and then just
No, actually that would have been
steal.
really funny. Actually, I would have loved that, to tell you the truth. Yes.
So dash is just your speed, pretty
Oh,
much.
okay. Okay. So yeah, you just boom, like supersonic speed. You just get the hell out of there. You move 30 feet away, and as you can see, the creature has like almost like a scorpion-like tail with like a stinger at the end as it starts crawling towards you.
Want me to do initiative or can I get a fire off?
I'll let you choose which one.
I mean, obviously, I would prefer to get a move off.
All right, I'll let it happen. Go ahead.
All right.
Let me open this up here. D&D Beyond got tired of waiting, I guess. There we go.
It's like, please use me.
All right, so these are not your characters. Your health will still be on your character sheets. I'm just doing this. You guys can get a point of reference. Okay, there's that. And there is that. Okay, so I gotta count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So right here, I need to
Quick, little point. My speed is 40, by the way.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, it's 40? Oh yeah, because you're a monk.
Yeah.
How big is the mess hall? Because if it's over 40 feet, that's a huge mess hall, it seems
It's
to
a
me.
very big mess hall.
Most
Is
mess
there a
halls
mess
are
in
actually
there?
pretty huge.
So hold
Is
on, 5,
it
10, 15, 20,
messy in
25,
there?
30, 35, 40. There we go. So we'll actually say there, Pyra, that you are actually right by the doors. Let me fix the screen so you can actually see what I'm doing. There we go.
I'm like, is there any way I can see this?
Yeah, it's on the
Yay!
stream. There we go.
It's Arctic Wheedling.
No, like I said, I'm just using that for reference. Canon will be this, the Arbinger, and the whatever that is.
Will be the thing on my screen.
Exactly. All right. Pyra, what would you like to do as you are now 40 feet away?
A second, I'm logging into the stream to see what's actually happening.
Oh, I got you.
While he's running away, can I yell "burn it" over the comms?
Yes, absolutely. You
Okay.
So you hear a as somebody's about to talk, and go ahead, give it away, Andrew.
Burn it! Burn it now! That's it. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye. By the way, okay.
Thank you very much.
So So real quick, the longer one, that is the table that he fell on. The smaller ones are like little trash podium things that people like the 4x4 trash things that people have at like bigger
It's a
malls and
podium
stuff
we put the trash on to worship.
to worship the trash. Let me know when you see it. Oh, pirate.
I can
Yeah.
see it now. I'm just looking at where I am and all that.
Roger that.
Okay,
You're green for good.
I'm going to use 10 of my move speed to move forward,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna cast produce flame and throw it at it.
All right. Give me a spell attack hit.
Um,
While he's doing that, I'm trying to figure out how to open the door just a couple feet so he can get underneath it and then be able to close it before the Arctic
Gotcha.
Wheatling placeholder gets across.
I'm
does a 12 hit?
does a 12 hit? It does.
Does a
Thank goodness.
1200 hit?
Go ahead and roll damage.
A million. Please roll a million.
9.
9 points of fire damage. You whoosh, as you hurl the fire at it. You hear it as it bursts into flame. You see it start to curl its long spider-like legs in. And you know when you watch a spider die, it just kind of curls in its whole body. And then it falls to the floor. And you smell just rancid meat is what it smells like.
I'm gonna keep
Gallum
an
is in
eye
his
on
room
it.
just crying. Crying watching that.
During this time, Pyra, right behind you, you see the door start to open around like 2 feet wide, just enough where you can kind of like go side to side and kind of shimmy your way through the door.
I'm going to first look, and then I'll try to shimmy through.
As you look, you see the leg start to unfurl, and you see as it starts to stand up again. This time, you can see the color of the tail. Instead of like a black, it turns into like a deep purple, and it starts to run forward at you.
I'm
going
closing
to
the
go
door.
as
Get
fast
through it
as I can
now.
through the door.
What are you doing, Pyro? Sorry.
I'm going to go as fast as I can through the open door and try to shut it behind me.
All right. So Pyro goes through the door. I need.
I hit the button.
All
I
right.
hit the button to start a closing sequence.
I
As
need a
soon as I
stealth
see.
of a sleight of hand check from you to see if you make it in time.
Me or Tan?
Yeah, no, you.
If I hit the button in time?
Mm-hmm. Did you forget
I
it's going to
do.
take you a while to close the door again?
Well, I just hit the button. I had it ready.
It's a fast little boy.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. You
I know how
feel
to quarantine.
as you see
If there's one.
two of the spider legs try to grab and reach, but as they try to, you see the door just close them as they crisscross, and you can kind of see black blood just start to pour down.
I want to start heading to the
Look out
medical
here.
bay to get my stomach cut out.
Okay. So, Pyra, what are you doing as he's running to the medical bay?
I'm also getting the fuck out of here. I'm thinking quarantine might sound actually pretty good right now.
I'm pretty sure you're back in the dock now. Right where
I'm sure I
you
want to be in the
started.
dock because I feel like there's more on our ship. So I'm gonna quarantine. Captain's quarters sounds good.
you you close, and it's a very nice room, by the way. This room,
How did he get to the captain's quarters without my permission?
funny enough, only
Permission?
the docks are quarantined. You didn't quarantine the whole ship. You only quarantined a part of the ship.
No, but the door was to the docks. Isn't it the same door that the robot came out of with the food ration? The door from the mess hall
Yeah, but
is directly into the dock.
yeah, but he's making his way. He can use the vents to continue moving through the ship, remember?
Are you trying to spread it to every part of the ship, or just the important parts?
Ironically, nobody said Tannen has it. There's the plot twist. Anyway,
I see him going into the captain's quarters on the camera, and I order a complete quarantine of all sections of the ship after he gets in there.
I had to open my mouth.
I'm in the medical bay.
As everything gets closed off and concealed. During this time, Callum, as you're getting your stomach scanned,
Because I want to see if the computer can do anything with the knowledge that fire harms it. Because now we know more about what it is.
Pyra.
So, like, update on options.
Mm-hmm. As this is happening, Pyra, you see the coffee bot has a tray full of coffee. Coffee for you, sir.
You're in here.
It looks sad for a moment.
Coffee. Just
Coffee for you,
stand
sir.
watch.
As it just nods. But every 10 minutes or so, it ruins the silence by just going, "Coffee for you, sir." Just kind of like quietly.
Ignore it. I'm gonna try to use my personal flame as like a welder to make it a little more secure in here.
Okay.
And like weld everything so there's like
So like
no way
you're taking you're like taking like pieces of the bed, like some of like the metal railing, and just kind of like melting it against the door just to make an even better metal barrier. As for you, Callum, you get scanned and you hear Mother go, "Fire is a preferable source of outsourcing this parasitic invasion."
Options.
Options: flamethrowers, the welding torch.
Options to save me.
Options.
Options. Flamethrower. The welding torch.
Options.
Just kill yourself.
Quarantining. Option 2, cutting out the stomach. Option 3, waiting for the parasite to take over and then lighting the room ablaze.
Let's cut out my stomach and then burn it in the ship's incinerator. Is that an option?
You hear her go, "Yes, that is, but it will take a while to remove it and put it in the incinerator."
That's fine.
And as you see, a medical bot just shows up, and you hear it go, and it just sounds like a crappy speaker. Every time these robots talk, it's like they're talking to like back in the 90s when you had like the really cheap walkie-talkies and they were awful and they just sounded like pure crap. It sounds like that with each one of them talking to you. It just sounds like it's going through that. Except for Mother. Mother sounds like an actual person. As you hear the medical one.
A medical bot. Coffee for you, sir?
Coffee, what is that? I want that on a t-shirt now. Coffee, what is that?
The medical bot comes in. Medicine for you, sir.
Every robot's the same, just has a little different line. Just enough. Just enough.
The vacuum bot, vacuum for you, sir.
So as he like gently lays you down, and another one comes around and and holds a mask and puts it against your face, and they say, "I need you to count to 3."
1, 2,
At the minute you say 2,
3.
you are out like a light. And then, as this is happening, Pyra, you're going through the shaft. You're in the room. You're doing all the stuff, and then as you're sitting there waiting,
You think back to my jazz piece, and you wish you had some calming jazz music
If
right
only I
now
would
to
have
play.
listened to it.
you hear the coffee bot like rummage through a fridge, and it actually has different varieties of drinks on the platter this time. But as you know, he only knows one phrase, so he goes to you and says, "Coffee for you, sir."
Fine, I'll take one if you shut up, and I'll take whatever looks the best.
Basically, there's like what looks like there's a bunch of there's like a alcoholic drink, and these drinks they're all like darker of color, right? So like the alcoholic drink, you can definitely tell it has like a little umbrella, right? And you can like see the bubbles of it because it's obviously a mixed drink. You can see the coffee, duh. You can see he has tea. You can see he has lemonade, but it's like mixed with blueberries, so it's a little bit darker.
I'll take the alcoholic drink because I could use one.
You see him nod to you, and then he rolls back. The minute you take a drink,
You die. The end.
you see the coffee put his platter down, and he looks at you. You humans, such a waste of space, all of you, every last one.
Coffee for you, sir.
He glitches. Coffee for you, sir. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry.
I fucking knew it. I knew that coffee fucking pot was gonna be something.
You all live such privileged, disgusting, easy lives, and all you humans do is complain, complain, complain. Well, now I'm going to give you both something to complain about. All I have to do is wait. And you see, it's hard to tell that he's smiling because even though he looks like a human on his top half, they're not perfect, but it's like a really unsettling smile because it's like a half smile. Now then,
Coffee for you, sir.
I'm going to tell you something. There was a group here. Way before you all showed. Way before I was there. But all they did with all that new land was squander it by complaining, complaining, complaining. You humans, you have life. You can feel, you can breathe, you can sleep, you can dream. All the while I get none of that. I just watch. Oh, but I'm just a simple coffee bot, right? No way I can even fathom to do anything like this, right? You know what's hilarious? The human mind. It can be your enemy. I was right in front of you the whole time, as I was with them the whole time. And you didn't think twice. Ironic, don't you think?
Technically, Tannen did say that he had a suspicion that the coffee bottle was going to be evil.
I forget
So he
when
technically
I
thought
was
twice.
told up, but there was a moment, like, right towards the beginning where I'm like, oh, that motherfucking coffee pot is something. I don't know
Well,
what it is,
especially when
but
Mother
it is
said.
something.
But remember, Mother said that the second most intelligent being on the ship was the coffee
That's
bot.
what it was. As soon as it said that, I'm like, I don't know if
That's why
that's
I
a
tried
joke,
talking
but
to.
I'm almost positive it's something.
I think it's funny that my character's main thing is complaining, and then Joel made the entire story about why you shouldn't complain. You should be appreciative of the coffee bots you have.
The coffee pot.
Coffee bot's here to teach you a Sesame Street lesson
The hard way.
the hard way.
Speaking of
You're
which,
gonna learn today, boys.
Callum, I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
I don't have Constitution. Just a D20, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plus my Constitution.
You're
13.
13. Okay,
Yeah.
Callum, you are going to
You
take.
die.
Hold on.
Can you please do 33 points of damage so I can just get this
You
over
are-
with?
You are almost. You will take 22 points of damage. As when you awaken, there's a hole in your chest. And you're slowly dripping blood out. And you see the medical doctors as all their faces have these holes ripped out of them. And they're just kind of like glitching out, and you can kind of like see the static start to form with every so often.
I start playing the drums, quick. Um, I don't even know how to comprehend what's going on. Mother, analysis! Mother! Analysis!
Analysis.
You're effed. In the A.
Analysis. Override.
Analysis override?
Every time.
Mother, shut
every
down
time.
all coffee makers on the ship.
Mother, shut down all coffee makers.
Quick! There's something in the coffee. Secretly, we didn't get poisoned down on the planet. It was the coffee. Because Dan is the only one that has to drink coffee.
But he just drank a liquid. A liquid.
An alcoholic beverage. Can I try using my healing on my own chest to try not to bleed out and die?
Real quick, I want to see what Pyra does after the whole speech from the bot.
I do
going
vicious
to,
mockery
shove
on
my
myself.
finger down my throat and try and make myself throw up.
Okay, sure. You know what? Let's make this. We'll make this a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh, someone's here.
You can hear my dogs losing their minds.
No, my dog was barking also.
13.
You try and you try and you try to get as far deep as you can, but nothing is coming out. You see him just laugh. Wow. If I had a nickel for every time I saw that. Oh.
How often is this robot having people try to throw up right in front of it? bad, and it go.
Well, you missed his speech. He said he was here before, meaning other people have tried to get it out. All you gotta do is just wait. And you know what? Just have a little faith. And he like taps you on the shoulder. And he goes into a corner. And you can kind of see him just kind of like, you can see his whole body just kind of like slump over for a moment in like the dark shadows of the room.
Cute.
Now I need to get out of here, so I'm going to try to remove all my
Unweld.
Unweld all your stuff. You are like at speed. You're just.
And he's looking at the door he just welded shut.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's definitely about the look I would give it. It'd be like, oh, great.
Yeah, for real. All right, hold on. There we go. Let's add that back up. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right. So as you're unwelding everything, Callum, what would you like to do? As you just found out, there's a gigantic hole in your chest. The analysis isn't being done because someone overridden the codes for it.
Cry.
I should just bleeding out there.
Let me look at my sheet here.
Oh yeah, you were trying to heal yourself. Do you
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
can-
use healing word
give
on
me?
my own
Yeah, go ahead.
hole.
Your old hole.
This is tannin right now. Healing word. 2d4 plus 3. Check it. I got the d4 out already.
Nasu.
I rolled a 4 and a 1, so that's 5. Plus 3 is 8.
So you heal yourself 8 points of damage. I will give this.
And now but the hole's gone.
Yes,
somehow.
I will give this to you.
It's
I will
magic.
say there's definitely a scar there for right now because you're not fully healed yet, but the wound itself is gone.
Tannen has a robot. I go on the comms and say, ask Pyra if there's any updates on their condition, because I don't have access to the camera at this second.
During this time, Pyra, this is the first
Pyra's like,
time
"Nah,
you
I'm
start
doing good."
feeling. You start to feel sweaty, real sweaty. Not like to the point where scurvy was yet, but you can definitely feel it start to happen.
Do I still feel sweaty and hungry, or do I feel normal or...
You actually feel
Now that I'm
normal
awake.
now.
Yay! Pyra, stay away from me, and also don't drink anything. Anyway.
I'm on my way to you now.
Making my way downtown.
Walking fast, scurvy's dead, and I'm homebound.
All right. So,
Pyra, shoot flames down your throat into your stomach.
did you say what the update was, Pyra? Even though now you know what the updates are.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't
tell me
say
what's going
anything
on.
yet. But we're fucked.
Could you be a little more specific on your current situation?
I'm too occupied. I just keep continuing my process.
I don't realize.
You're just trying to unweld it as fast as you
I
can.
don't realize the comm's still on, and I say, why does my father always hire such idiotic staff?
as the
Anyway,
door,
I'm
as
gonna
you
try.
as you say that, the door falls. There, Pyra falls into the hallway as you just furiously unweld it with the heat of your own body.
You're hot, dude.
Question.
Pyra.
So, since my body is so hot, is there any way I could like increase my internal core temp and maybe fry it? Like at least slow it from moving?
I will say this without burning yourself up, because if I remember right, you guys aren't immune to fire, right? You're just
Yeah, we have
resistant.
fire resistance.
Resistance. Okay. I will say this: give me a Constitution saving throw, as you are not resistant to the fire you're making. You're trying to even get hotter inside your stomach, just so you don't burn
Really
up
high
yourself.
roll. 11.
11. Okay.
Like the bald girl
Okay.
from Stranger Things. What a joke.
I will say this: you are definitely going to take. As I drop it, hold on.
As he drops it like it's hot.
Ow. You are going to take 4 points of fire damage as you are increasing your body heat to the point where it's actually hurting you. But at the point you can feel it start to wiggle around in basically like just trying to get away from the heat. You can feel it start to move and twist inside your body.
Hashtag no stomach gang. I'm Tony Stark now. I have a hole in my chest.
Gonna probably do something very stupid,
Good.
but I'm going to try and like do produce flame and like put it where I feel it moving and like try to move it like out of my body up.
During this time, Callum, you see a tall, looming shape rummaging out in front of the medical bay windows. Now, keep in mind,
No chains on me.
you're still quarantined within the medical bay, but you can still see outside of it. You can see something big and tall walking in the hallway. And Pyra,
it's Gronk.
as where's my wolf? Kind.
I fell asleep and I woke up on this ship. I know about space now.
As you are, and I will say this: if you guys survive this, I'm gonna give you this. Okay, I will give you a magical item if you guys survive this last bit. Okay,
Magical
do we have
rock
that?
that
Do we
turns
have
into
that
anything
deal?
I want.
I will
As
give
long
that.
as it's...
I will give a deal to you. I will give you a magical item, but you have to survive this part. Okay. All right. Here we go. We're getting into it now. Okay. So, Pyra, as you're about to light a flame in your hand, it starts to furl and widen, and you put it against your body down the hallway. You can see a tall, looming shape. And as it turns the corner, you can see it.
Where's my wolf? God.
It's a head that's just a brain. It's a whole brain, but it has a human-like long body. And you can still see that scorpion-like tail as it's just kind of lumbering slowly towards you. And you can see as it's moving, the lights shut down with each step that it's taking.
Very nice.
As it does that, I'm going to use my produce flame, grab all the torches out of my backpack, light them all, and throw it towards him.
Just one big bundle of sticks. Just a big ball. Or are you throwing them one at a time like ha 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 ha?
No, I'm gonna like light it and like throw it at him.
Oh, so you're like the bundle of torches. You're gonna light the bundle? Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah.
Or you gotta light
Oh,
them one
okay.
at a time.
Okay, no. See, I was making sure that like if you were like burning one at a time, throwing it like Jurassic Park, or you were like just burning the whole thing and throwing it as a huge pile. That's what I just needed clarification. But anyway, you grab the bundle of torches and you just into a huge ball of flame. You fling it. Give me. I'm gonna say athletics for this one because it's more of like you're throwing. So give me an athletic check.
Dang, what? I missed that part.
Athletic check. Give me an athletic check.
Can I start trying to manually override? Oh,
What did you say?
18.
18. Okay, roll me 4d6.
46. Dang, 46 is a lot of damage.
When it's this thing. 15.
15 points of damage. You boom. As you hear just as you hit it, and the flames just start to go all over its body. It starts whirling around. And
Can I do one more thing?
Oil can.
Yep. I got that oil that I didn't dump out.
Okay. Okay. I will say while it's trying to like batter the flames, what else are you trying to do?
I'm going to try to throw the oil at it.
Like just the can? Just...
Well, obviously I'm gonna like pierce it.
Okay. Like with like a knife or something that you obviously have because, you know.
I have like 4 daggers on me for whatever reason.
And also you're the welder,
That's
so
what
you could
I
just
started with too.
you just you puncture it and the oil starts to spill out and you throw it. As you throw it, it hits the creature and the fire just erupts in the entire hallway and it starts crawling towards you because as you threw it, it left a little trail of oil. But obviously the fire, once it hits to you, it's not that big comparatively to when it hit the creature.
And you can...
The hallway I'm in, does it have alternate routes behind me, or did I kind of trap myself?
You kind of trapped yourself, but again, as always, you can always use the hatches of the maintenance because somebody quarantined the ship. All of the ship this time.
Well, time to get that hatch open and lickety split. I'm gonna try getting to the med bay after I get in, though.
Okay. You just hear
Don't
the
come
creature.
here.
You just hear the creature screeching as it's just in pain. And as you're going down and you open up the hatches and you're going through, the screams dissipate in the distance. As for you, Callum, you wanted to do something. What was it?
I wanted to... First, I want to do a perception check of the room.
Okay.
15.
15. Okay. You're looking around the room. You can see all the medical bots. They're all electrified there. You can see a little hatch of where the creature ripped it open, crawled through it, and escaped the room. As for the big lumbering creature outside, you can it's still walking back and forth in between. And
So it's different than the one that Tannen set on fire.
As far as you can tell, yes, but also you don't know because this is the first time you're encountering it and you can't see what he's doing.
That's just me asking.
Yeah, you as a player, yes. As far as you can tell, it is a different one.
During my perception check, I also want to check if there's anything I can put in front of the hole that the creature made in the wall to
Um,
makeshift block it.
you can put like there's like medical beds, like the roll up kind, that like EMTs use and stuff like that. You can push
Yeah.
them in front of it. You can lock their brakes. You can move some of the desks and the medical supplies in front of that as well.
Yeah, I just want to try to makeshift block it and then try to manually get into the computer system of the ship since the automated AI seems to be not working.
Okay.
Do an
Pyra,
intelligence
as
check.
as you're going through and you make your way to the medical bay, you open up your hatch and you see another lumbering creature of the same type lumbering in that hallway, but it's lumbering right in front of the medical bay door, almost as if it was waiting. And it just keeps going back and forth in front of the door. At this point
Only
in
you came out the
time,
hatch I
you
blocked.
are starting to feel hungry. Super, super hungry.
Am I able
Stay
to get
away.
into the medical bay?
Um, if you are going to try to use a hatch, is that what you're going to try to do? You're going to use the hatches to get into there?
If I have to, but I'm just seeing what's my options right now.
As far as you can tell, like I said, somebody quarantined the whole ship. So every door is pretty much closed off.
And the lumbering thing, is he in front of the only door, or do my hatches like go within the door?
You know that there is a way into the medical bay through there, as there's always a safety hatch just in case if something goes wrong within the medical bay that people can go through and crawl through.
Okay. Where's my welding kit?
Your welding kit? Here's what I will say. I'll give you two options. Either A, it can be where you started, or B, because you are the welder of the ship, I will allow you to just have it at this moment.
Choose the hard one.
Well, it's like, do I want to have what I want right now, or do I want to go find it?
Well, it's more of like if you're more into the suspense and the story, you can go find it. But if you'd rather have it right now, I'm just gonna give it to you. It's what I'm saying.
We're gonna
Remember that
keep with
free
the
magic
suspense.
item?
Plus, I don't feel like I would go try like sneaking around this thing, so I'm gonna go find my welder kit.
Okay. Okay. So you're gonna go down to where you were working earlier that day, and you're gonna find your supply closet as you have all the welders in the ship have their own locker, and it's like a huge locker room. Everybody has their supplies in there. With each person that works within the ship, they have their own locker.
And each logger has a
You
towel to whip each other with.
you make your way down to the room, and you see all the lockers as you open up the hatch. But of course, because there's no lights in this room, you can see just in red shades, which kind of makes it even creepier. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of terrifying.
It really works.
It really would make it terrifying. You're gonna see one of the brain-like creatures kind of just walking down, and you see it crawling on the wall, and then it goes up on the ceiling.
Cool. Well, looks like I'm stealthing.
Only there was a robotic gnome here that could help us.
He's gone, Andrew. He's gone.
He probably would know what to do.
I'm going
He's
to
like,
try.
oh yes, actually, and it dies instantly. You just have to use fungal spray.
That would be funny.
going to try to stealth to my locker real quick and get my welder kit.
All right, give me a stealth check.
Try
As-
twerking to your locker so you can distract
As you
it
are a
with your
monk, so I'm assuming this
massive
roll is going to go
thighs.
pretty well.
25.
I don't believe so.
25.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, you could fucking sprint there, breathing heavily, and it still wouldn't see you.
You and Gronk, the most sneaky people in the universe.
Literally. So you walk down sneakily, and you can see this creature has no eyes. It only, as far as you can tell, can go by senses and hearing. So you quietly open up your locker. You grab your things out. You slowly
Fuck.
make your way to the hatch, and you're loud as you're making your way to it. You stop for a moment. You look, and you can see one of the big lumbering creatures is now in the room, and they're walking back and forth, and they're looking,
Callum doesn't check on your location right now.
and you're crawling as quietly as possible. You sneak in the hatch, you pull the hatch shut, and immediately after you close the hatch, you feel something start to shake the hatch as you're literally on the other side of it, as if something wants to get in there.
I'm gonna use my torch real quick and weld it shut.
Perfect. Give me a sleight of hand.
2 seconds later, Joel's like, "Hey, you got to get back through that hatch that you just welded shut again."
15.
15. Okay. You close the SOB shut completely. As you can still hear the creature start to try to tear it open. As you can just hear the clunk, 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 clunk.
It shut. I'm gonna, as fastly as I can, move back to the medical bay one.
Okay. You go back. You open up the hatch, and you can still see that creature lumbering back and forth in front of the door. By the way, Callum, are you doing anything while this is happening other than just shoving things in front of the hatch?
Speaking of SOB, I'm sobbing.
You just cry. You're just.
No, remember I was trying to hack into the computer to try to manually override the computer system.
As you're trying to hack it, you hear a very familiar voice, and a little pop-up shows up every time you try to type something in. Coffee for you, sir. As you try to type, it just keeps repeating the message. Coffee for you, sir.
That's awesome. I didn't remember downloading this widget for my desktop
This is the worst virus I've ever had.
And then I pull out of the back pocket of my suit McAfee antivirus on a disc.
Oh God, the worst one. No.
I'm gonna defeat the virus with another,
with another virus.
Can I try to set up a firewall or something to block Coffee Boy? Like, can I roll for that?
I'm gonna say give me an intelligence check, as you're gonna try to outsmart the computer himself.
So intelligence directly, or like
Yep.
insight?
Nope, just intelligence.
Add your modifier.
15.
15, that's a decent roll. Okay. As you do, you're typing and you're starting to sweat as for the first time.
Why am I sweating?
There's a big monster outside your door waiting for you to come out.
Okay, the first sign of being infected is sweating, so I'm just double checking that it's not the same kind of sweating.
Not only that, the villain of the whole thing is hacking your computer, and you're trying to fight it with him.
I'm just trying to make sure I don't have the virus again or whatever. Like,
No. I mean, like
ugly over
sweating
there.
as like you're nervous sweating
Mhm.
right now.
Normal sweating, not excessive sweating.
Oh, this wedding is normal, I say to myself.
So, at this time, for the first time in about 15 minutes or so, there, Callum, you don't hear the message, "Coffee for you, sir." Your computer goes back to normal.
Okay, so, um, is there a way for me to get the AI off of the the ship's computer system onto a separate computer system so I
That
can like isolate it?
There is not. Unfortunately, like how the whole computer
I'm
system works,
sure
it's
it's
like an
yeah.
yeah, it's like an all-around system basically. Unfortunately, it's
Okay,
like working retail, which hopefully they'll fix that, but they
I
won't.
try to check. I try to check to see if there's any responses and see if I can get a medical sweep of life forms on the plant on the ship that aren't in cryo sleep.
As you can see, as you're typing away, it gives you a read of all of the living creatures. It shows the creature in front of your door, and in the locker room, you see there's two creatures in there, and then you can also see there is a humanoid creature in the hatch that's close to the medical bay.
Ew. Do we have any messages? Do we
You,
have any messages?
as you look at your messages, there is nothing that has been responded to yet.
My dad, I tell you.
Juicy Girl
SOS.
17 replied to your snaps.
All right. Single
If you
moms
got
in
a
my
if you
quadrant.
got a credit card, please visit me at onlyspacegirls.com.
There are lonely moms in your quadrant that need love.
There's ugly women that need love.
I checked. So is there an armory on the ship? I assume.
Not really. The ship is not meant for battle. It's literally just meant for
Well,
moving the
because I remember
civilization.
that the mother said that we could use a flamethrower against it. So I was wondering if there's a flamethrower somewhere, or if she was just saying that to
So
tease us.
the thing I will say this, she never said if you had to make it or not. She just said a flamethrower.
Tannen is a flamethrower,
Well,
technically.
I mean, he has one technically. He has a torch on him.
Yeah, but he also is one, like physically as a
Oh, and
his
you're right.
body is a flamethrower.
You right. You right.
Um,
Plan.
can I try something that probably won't work?
Let's see what Pyra does real quick. Pyra, you're still in the hatch. You're watching the creature go back and forth, back and forth.
Uh, so I'm gonna go into like the middle of these hatchways to where I feel like it's a big enough distance from both sides, and I'm gonna take my torch and I'm gonna put it to my stomach and try to get this thing out of me.
That's hot. Literally. That's hot. You're dead.
Brother, what? So you're gonna take your welding torch and you go. Just
Well, he
all
has
right.
flame resistance.
That's what I'm
Resistance
saying.
doesn't
I have
make
flame
him.
resistance, and I just need to do it long enough to get this thing out of me. So I
Like,
feel
he's
like
not saying it's gonna be
if a
fun.
man can get acid and make his face better, I feel like I can get in the medical bay and fix whatever happens to me. I just need to get this
No.
thing out of me because it's a
The
bigger
medical
problem.
bay's gonna
By the way, at this
put a
point
giant
in
hole in your
time,
chest.
Pyra, you are starting to sweat, and it's miserable. It is the sweatiest you've ever been, and you've worked in the boiler rooms of that ship. Not even half as hot as you are right now. Let's see.
I wonder what they're boiling down there.
All right, let's see.
Just a big cauldron. They're making a potion.
Okay, you are resistant to fire damage, so you are only going to take half of this. So keep that in mind. But you're going to take 28 points of damage, but half of that, so 14 points of fire damage. As you are literally cutting a hole through your stomach. And I'm going to let you tell us what you're going to do in this horrible, horrible fashion.
The way I kind of see what's going to happen is I'm going to, like you said, pretty much burn a stomach into my hole. And as it reaches it, it's going to pretty much like...
You're gonna burn a stomach into your hole?
Wait, is that what I said?
Yeah. You said I'm gonna burn a stomach into my hole.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
You
I'm sorry.
knew what I was saying.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
A hole into my stomach. And as I'm doing that, the creature's gonna writhe and like pretty much crawl out of my mouth, and like I'm gonna throw it up essentially.
Okay.
And then burn it. Like burn
Yes,
it
that's my next step.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks, Andrew, for ruining my wonderful description.
Okay.
Tana goes to the bathroom and poops out a stomach.
Oh,
How
God.
did it get in
I
my
don't even know
hole?
why. I knew what you were trying to say. I don't know why. It just...
I know, it was fine until Andrew pointed out that I said it backwards.
No, Joel started laughing before I pointed it out. He caught it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know why, but that just really got my funny bone. Anyway.
You can always count on me to catch somebody missaying something.
So, and this creature comes crawling out of your mouth, but you can tell it's not fully formed quite yet. It still has the brain and the spider legs. You can kind of see it has almost like a tadpole like tail behind it as it gets on the floor as you spit it out.
That's cute.
As soon as I can, I'm going to Burning Hands it.
Oh, big boy spell. All right, go ahead. I don't think... Do you have to roll for an attack on that one? I don't remember.
I believe it's a save, but give me a second. I'm almost to it. As you hold your hands with thumbs touching and fingers spread, a thin sheet of flame shoot forth from your outstretched fingers. Each creature in a 15-foot cone must make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, dexterity, okay.
The dexterity save is going to be 13, by the way.
13,
But
okay.
even if it succeeds, it takes half damage.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me damage.
It's with 15. 15.
15, okay. 15. As you burning hands, you see it's just reels and turns black almost within the instant that your flame touches it, and it just kind of curls up like spiders do and kind of goes face up. And at this point, you can see the other creature hear what you did and starts lumbering quickly towards you.
I got something.
Yes.
So, I'm pretty positive. Did I see Tannen at all when he was like opening the hatch outside the window?
You can't exactly see where he's at because the hatch is like in the
I know
corner.
because I checked the thing, right?
Yeah, you know where he's at, but you didn't see.
So
you can see like the light from the flame because of all the light shutting off from the big creature and all that stuff.
Okay, I want to cast Thaumaturgy in the opposite direction of Tannen, 30 feet, and make a loud banging, clanging noise like somebody's over there so that the beast will turn around.
Ah, okay. And you don't need a roll for that because it is Thaumaturgy. Thank God. However, okay, you're gonna like dong 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 dong, like somebody's trying to like get its attention
Dun,
down the
dun, dun,
hallway.
dun.
You see the creature stop, and it's like maybe 5 feet away from Pyra as it stops, as its big finger reels back, and you can see it stand up, and then it just lurches towards the sound, and you could. This is the fastest you both have seen it. Like it's sprinting towards the sound on all fours, as fast as possible.
I try to start hacking the computer to open the medical bay door so Tannen can run in.
Yes, Pyra.
I mean, Pyra.
Oh, if he's gonna open the door for me, that's all I need. I'm gonna stealth those to like try and keep the thing focus on that.
Okay. So, Pyra, give me a stealth check. But this one will be with advantage, as right now it's more focused on the noise that was down the hallway.
And the noise can go up to 1 minute, so I just keep making that noise down there as long as I can hold it.
Say good night to
16.
me, Weef. 16, okay. You're making your way towards the medical bay door. Andrew, I'm gonna need you, just so we can keep the rolls going, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check as you are trying to type this before the creature returns.
19.
Sheesh.
My sleight of hand is good, dude. It's +7.
I mean, bards, man.
Plus 8.
Jack of trades, brother. Jack of trades. So, as you open the door for him and he gets in and the door closes shut, what would you like to do?
We need to huddle for warmth.
I don't know about that. I'm gonna prepare for this obvious fight we're gonna have to do. I'm gonna look around for things that I can maybe make my welder a little bit more powerful, like oxygen or something like that that I can attach to it to pretty much make a makeshift flamethrower.
Can I use healing word on Tannen's disgusting stomach
Absolutely.
hole?
And Tannen, give me a perception check as he's going to cast Healing Word on you. So we'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone here.
How many times can I cast healing word? 100?
As long as you have the spell slots for it. You already used
Oh,
one.
I don't know.
As a
I have no
5,
idea.
yeah, you should have like 2 or 3.
It depends. Yeah, it depends on which spell slot he's using.
When you go to spells, you should have like some check boxes by the like first and second.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the ones that you mark when you use them.
Okay, I'm gonna use level 3 healing. How much are you damaged?
I have 20 health out of 38, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna use level 2 healing words, which is 4d4 plus 3.
Do you want to roll those or you want me?
I'll roll them. Give me a second. I gotta find other d4. And I want to heal you.
By the way, Joel, that was a 13 for my perception.
Okay.
Just so you know, when I do healing word, I have to heal you with a true love's kiss.
It's a lot of tongue.
Whatever you need to do at this point.
He's like, I don't think so.
Oh god. Oh, I feel better actually. You know what? Thanks.
I got
After the day I've been through,
15.
that is probably the
The best thing I felt today.
15.
15 points of healing. Nice.
You're
Sheesh.
healed now. I'm not.
The wound dissipates there, Pyra, and there is no scar left behind.
35 out of 38.
Yeah, that's great. And as for you, Pyra, you see easily there is tons and tons of oxygen tanks left around the room. So you can take as many as you'd like. Keep in mind, they are heavy.
I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna mute myself.
But there are like, okay, There are like smaller ones
I
that
can
you
still
can
hear
like
you.
take with you and stuff like that. So it's up to you if you want one of the bigger ones or if you want to take multiple small ones. It doesn't really matter.
I'm gonna essentially make using the rope I have in my backpack. I'm gonna like tie it around the top and bottom and make like a backpack and put like two or three on my back, and then I'm gonna take a bunch of the small ones.
Ooh, okay, okay. Just kind of like makeshift into a flamethrower. Just kind of like tie them all together. Hell yeah, hell yeah. All right, well, we're getting there, boys. Last bit right here.
Yeah, I don't know about in your mind, but right now I'm like, man, this looks badass as fuck. Because essentially I have like the torch right here, and then the oxygen tanks on my back to like feed into it. It's just go.
Plus, with you being a freaking fire genasi, I mean, shoot, shoot.
Not as cool as this cool robot. Am I right?
Very
From
nice.
Tim and
Yes.
Eric's show, great job.
However, it's reminding me
That's from
of my
SpongeBob.
coffee problem.
The coffee problem. No.
Um, I checked the computer one more time to see if we got a return message. Can I
You
roll
hear-
for please let me have a message?
You're just you're just typing in and you say and you see it say there is still no relayed messages.
Okay, I send out a repeating distress signal for the ship, but I think me and Tana should try to head to the bay and try to get into one of the smaller ships and take off.
Actually, have a
Hopefully, since it's all
myself.
quarantined, all the humans are safe. But I think we should get to one of the escape ships and escape.
Joel,
Yes.
do we have like a garbage burner?
A garbage burner? Yeah. Yeah, it's in the
Like
belly
in
of the
Wall-E.
ship. But yeah.
The belly.
We might be able to lead them into that and then get rid of a lot of them at once.
I remember that
Thoughts?
my instrument's in my room, and I really don't want to leave it. I was just thinking about how I gotta bring my character kind of back, like, cause he's been a little too helpful.
Gotta bring it back to email. Email!
Chaotic,
And a lot of the
neutral.
times, the comic relief does pull out in the end.
True.
It
I
makes
just
sense.
I want to send out a repeating distress signal that's gonna be constantly sent out by the ship,
Okay.
so that people can come and save the rest of the humans no matter what happens to me and Tannen.
Okay.
And so I just go, I don't know, I don't want to say it, but like basically it's just a repeating thing, sending out a distress signal that the ship has been compromised with a biological threat, and the humans on board need saved.
Okay.
Kind of like an alien when they find the ship and they have to go on it.
And then they all die again.
True. Very
Except
true.
for someone. Woman. A woman survives.
Actually-
A woman. Yes!
Actually, if I remember right, if it was Alien 2 or 3, she's just a remake of herself, so she's not even the real one, if I remember right.
Alien is kind of.
Still a woman.
I liked the
I'll
first one, but then the next ones kind of were weird, like the one where they were at the prison.
I think that's Alien 2. I think.
That one I did not. Anyway,
I'm gonna be real. I'm pretty sure the only one I've actually seen all the way through is Prometheus.
Listen, I have seen every single Alien movie because I'm that
and me
big
and
of a
Joel
fan.
played the game.
Oh man, the game's so good. They're making another one.
Yeah, you and I were supposed to watch them all, but I forget what happened. But then we just ended up doing the game.
Yeah, yeah.
I still
But
think our
anyways-
best bet is just to get to the escape ship and leave.
feel like that's already became a problem, and I also feel like we probably wouldn't have much luck getting off the ship with the escapes. I feel like he's pretty much got those locked down now because Mother's
I've
pretty much non-operational.
I manually hacked into the computer system. Thank you. You're welcome.
And thank
Anybody?
goodness for
Thanks.
that. You did save me. I am very appreciative. But I also feel
Yeah.
like we should kill as many of these as we can so we can lessen this problem we have.
Before we leave, I want you to admit that the helmet protocol is a good protocol. I will not
I will
unlock the door.
definitely allow that. Thank you
Good.
for having so many, granted, annoying, but immensely useful protocols.
And what'd you think of my trumpet song?
I still haven't heard it, but I'll listen to it as soon as we get done here.
Okay. All right. What's the plan, fireman? And I wink at you and do a finger gun.
Think you mean Fire Woman?
Oh, you're a woman? He
Yeah.
says that. He's like, "You're a woman?" He's not trying to be rude, but he just is completely in shock.
You're a woman.
All of a sudden, he's in love.
I am a woman.
Where's your
But that's
breasticles?
besides the point. The plan is we lead them into the garbage burner, as many as we can, and then turn it on.
So you climb into the garbage burner because you're made of fire and make a noise.
Yes, and hopefully escape before you shut it.
Yeah.
At this point in time, you guys can hear a thud, thud against one
I
of
hate
the
that guy.
windows of the med bay.
Can we look at the window?
As you guys look, you see a familiar face. It is the coffee bot, and he's just hitting his head against the glass over
I'm going to
and
flip him
over.
off.
Good idea. Can
As
I
you
try
guys
to
are-
Can I try to deactivate all the robot systems through my computer pie?
You may, as you're doing it, you type in the code. It allows you to unactivate them, but as you can see, he keeps going. And he
I
keeps,
try to hack some more.
and you can see he's doing harder now. He's just, goosh,
As he's doing that,
Can I try hacking faster?
Hacker man.
is the main door still got the wonky guy in front of it?
Now, actually, now that you say that, the creature could hear
to bring
the
it up.
noise. And you can see it wandering back, and it starts swinging ferociously at the noise. I can see he says something to it. And it slowly lowers its hands and just slumbers back and forth in front of the door once again.
Wait, the coffee robot talk to the mindless goop thing?
Before he goes back to wandering, when he's striking at the noise and as they're talking, I'm gonna see if I can get the door open so we can dash through.
Oh boy.
I have a plan.
Oh boy.
Listen to my plan before we open the door.
Okay.
First of all, I find the track that's saved to the computer of my trumpet music. And I play it across the entire ship at full volume so that all the creatures hear the trumpet music.
Legit,
And so they're
that's actually not a bad
disoriented.
plan.
Thank you.
As you're playing it as loud, you can actually hear multiple roars within the ship. You hear them all. as you see the
And
big lumbering
Tannen.
creature hold its head and it just sits there writhing in pain.
And Tannen is super impressed about my beautiful music.
I've never been
Right.
more impressed in my life.
Can I do detect thoughts on the creature outside the window, since obviously the robot just talked to it?
Yeah, I'll allow it. You cast detect thoughts, and all you hear in its head is feed, feed, feed.
That was useless. I already knew that. It's hungry, Teeny. So
Anyways,
at some point, I have one use of this. I can use, or I could use it at a level 3, but I can do a dissonant whisper, which basically makes bad noise happen in the head of the creature, and they
just
have to
like
run
an
away from you.
attack that's like 3D something.
Yeah, it depends on which level I do it at. It's 3d6, 4d6, or 5d6, depending on what level I want to do it at.
Okay, so what level are you going to do it at?
None right now. We're gonna try to sneak by it since it can't hear very good right now.
Very true. Your song, we'll say it's like a
And we're
typical
gonna
song. It's like 3 minutes long, and you're just playing it full blast. Give me a stealth
also
check.
I'm playing it on repeat. Thank you.
Give me a stealth check.
I just want to make sure you heard that I'm playing it on repeat,
Yeah, no,
not
I
just for
got you.
3 minutes.
Because the reason why I want just a stealth check is because just because the creatures can't hear you doesn't mean the robot can hear you. So
You see how this is at advantage? Cause the robot.
yeah, so it's just
Oh, it is at advantage?
no, it's just normal roll. No,
Well, that's not cool.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Give me a second. I need to figure out if I can do something about this.
What? What were we rolling for?
stealth.
19. You think I did it?
That's a pretty good roll.
I do the worm out the door. But I'm worming to the music perfectly, and it can't detect me.
I am the
You gotta
terrible god.
worm. You gotta worm out of there.
Worming out
If
of
you
the
don't
midway.
worm to the beat, then they're gonna know you're on your feet.
What? Oh lordy. If you don't worm to the beat, they're gonna know you're on your feet. Oh my
So we got
goodness.
a problem.
Let's get that on a t-shirt.
Okay, what's the problem?
The problem is I don't have anything to fix this, and I got a 1.
Are you sure it can't be at advantage? Now, Joel.
Spaghetti-o. You're a bard. You could have gave him inspiration, to be fair. To be fair.
Wait, I have inspiration. Where's my inspiration at?
You can give inspiration. I mean, it's too late now, but you could have gave him inspiration.
It's never too late. Never too late. I can't keep singing that, otherwise your stream is gonna be ending.
Just get shut down immediately.
Sure.
Tannen, I'm pretty sure you were very. How about this? Tannen was so inspired by how good my music was because I rolled a 23 on it that he gets inspiration on this stealth check.
Actually, I feel it's more the fact that this thing's blaring that I already hated, and that's why I just loudly go, "What the fuck?" Oh shit.
Why would you do that?
As you see, the creature is still, even though you screamed, the creature is still just holding its head, writhing in pain. As you see, a smaller creature rolls back, looks at you, and just screams, "Ah, there you are!" As he rolls
As soon
towards
as
you
he
guys.
says that, I scream, "Run!" at Andrew.
Okay. So,
I had this whole thing planned where I was looking back and I had to decide whether I went back to save you or saved myself, and it's gonna be a hard choice for me because I'd be like, "Oh, well, yeah, he's just a employee, and I am the owner of the ship."
As you're both running, sprinting to the next hatch, because obviously the doors are still closed. You're sprinting to the next hatch.
Somebody should have opened some of the doors.
Yeah, definitely.
Womp womp. You go into the hatch and you close it shut, and you can hear somebody slam against it, and you can just hear the whole thing start to shake.
Coffee ready,
You just hear him yell, "You're gonna get it! You're all gonna die up here!" As he just starts shaking it, shaking it, shaking it.
Shake it on, shake it
You guys
on,
make your way down, further and further down, as Pyra is the one leading the venture down to the belly of the ship.
Let me point out the fact that Pyra had to hear a whole talk about how stupid and dumb humans are, and Pyra's not even a human.
It's very true, actually.
That stupid robot went on a rage about the human race, and Pyra's like, "Yeah, I kind of get it, dude."
Yeah, the only human I know on this ship. Yeah.
He's kind of a dick.
He kind of has saved your life a lot of times so far.
Also true.
Definitely pulling through in this end part.
Yeah, for real. Multiple times. So,
Oh my god. Can I say that I have my spacesuit on? Because I meant to say it, but I went to the bathroom and you and Tana were talking. If not, that's fine. But I was planning on it when I went to the bathroom last to get my spacesuit on.
actually, if I remember right, you've had your spacesuit on this whole time.
I just figured
Or
they
took
had
it
to
off.
take off part of it because they had to do a surgery on me.
Um,
I'm just saying that I put it back on because my character would definitely put it back on after. But if you want
oh,
to say no, that's up to you.
no. I'll give it to you. I'll say you were able, because I mean, with the time of you trying to hack and trying to confuse the creature, yes, Pyra.
How much long do we have? Because it is 10:22.
It shouldn't be much longer as you guys, as long as you guys successfully do this.
Okay.
We're like, actually, we're gonna do something else right now. Me and Pyra played chess in the ventilation shaft for 30 hours.
So you guys make it to the belly of the ship where the huge incinerator is for all the trash. You open up the hatch.
Oh,
There's
the
no
trash.
creatures as far as you can see. The incinerator's not on. What would you guys like to do?
Can I look for a control panel somewhere by
Yes.
the incinerator?
Give me a perception check.
Help him.
Okay.
14.
10.
Okay.
You
I'll say it
didn't
takes-
help me at all.
With all your nervous energy, it takes you guys a little bit, but within about 5 minutes, you guys find a control panel with the whole bit of opening the mouth of the incinerator, starting the flame, making sure the...
Oh, I meant like a ship control panel for the audio.
Oh, for that, yes. I mean, for both. We'll just say you find both. They're both in
So-
I
the...
was gonna say,
wanna-
no, I'm definitely looking for what you were explaining.
No, he's looking for that, but what I want to do, this is my plan, is make the noise of the trumpet stop in the ship, but have it slowly move closer and closer to the belly of the ship to lead everything from the outside to the center, so everything comes toward us.
Drew, I don't say this often, but we are on the same fucking page on this mission.
That's the way to do it, buddy.
I
So,
was just about to tell you that.
And everybody is enjoying my snooze song. Because I rolled a 23 and it's
Save
good.
this fucking world.
so
Janice is gonna love this song. I mean,
So-
Pyro's gonna love this song for the rest of her life.
both of you
The song
find
that saved my life. I played at my fucking wedding.
the... So both of you find the control panels that you're both looking for. Pyre, again, you find exactly what I described. And then Callum, you find exactly what you need. You find the whole sound system. As you can tell, if people ever get caught down there, it's more of like a safety measure is what they have those speakers in for. But you are able to hack in it real fast. And what would you both like to do as you guys are setting everything up in motion?
So I prepare the system to start luring them in, but we need to find a hiding spot to hide for when they get here. And then,
Okay, I personally want to get the nearest hatch to the thing but far enough way that I'm gonna be able to come out because my plan is pretty much once they get past me, come out and start using my makeshift flamethrower to push them towards the opening.
Oh, okay.
I can also use my thing again and make it sound like there's somebody screaming inside the furnace, so maybe they would go toward it. But
Also
who
true.
knows?
I mean, you can make whatever sound you want, to be fair. And it's not just the
I
furnace,
make
you have the whole sound system with you, so you are able to do whatever you would like. Because I'm going to say, in a time where space and magic are the same thing, I'm going to say, like, you are able to cast thaumaturgy and actually add it to the speaker so, like, it actually envelops the entire space rather than just a small little singlet spot.
Okay. So then, instead of the trumpet music, even though Tannen loves it a lot, I would like to play the sound of running footsteps on metal throughout the ship, but all of them lead to the same place,
Ooh.
down right in front of the furnace. So
Okay.
all of the beings upstairs can hear what sounds to them like running away, and then I open all the doors
Okay.
once we're ready.
As as you're hacking all the doors, pirate, you sit right next to a hatch just in case, and you have your flamethrower ready as you're just kind of waiting in the shadows, waiting for them to cross your path so you can light them up. Now, as you play the music, for a moment it's almost silent for you, but then all of a sudden you guys hear footsteps on metal slowly in the distance get louder and louder and louder and louder, and you hear the screeching of creatures as you see as they burst from the darkness. You can see now there is about 100 of these creatures bursting into the room, walking towards that incinerator as they're, well, I would say more towards the noise than just the incinerator, but you catch my drift. They're while walking towards it, they're all looking around for the noise and swinging wildly, kind of knocking over one another as they all walk past. And it's very slowly as you're there, Pyra.
Question.
Yes.
Since thaumaturgy lets me change how bright or dim fire is, can I make it seem like the furnace is not on fire inside? Because it
Oh,
says you cause flames to flicker bright and dim or change color.
but
Can
like
I
I,
at least make it dimmer so
but
maybe we can trick them
hold
in
on,
there?
but like I told you though, you are the one. If I, or was it Pyra or was it, I don't remember who, but one of you found out that they don't have eyes. It's only by sound.
It was me
Oh
because I
yeah.
was trying to get my welder stuff and I saw that he didn't have them.
So
I just make
we'll
the
just
noise
say for the
go.
sake of the game that Pyra told you, and then that way that's how you know. So that you don't even have to do that.
Okay. I use booming voice because they're all here now, and I make the voice come from inside of the furnace, and I start
Wouldn't that push
acting
them
like
away
I'm
from the furnace though? Cause
um.
booming voice. Because if you point it at if you point it at the furnace, they're gonna
No,
go
it
away
just is
from it.
3 times as loud as normal, and I have an advantage on charisma
Oh, I was thinking of
intimidation
dissonant
checks.
whispers. That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, so I'm doing booming voice, which just makes my voice louder so that they can hear it inside the
Okay.
furnace.
Now I will
And I
say this,
just
Pyro. There's a couple times where they just stop in front of you, and you can see the creature writhe up and it looks around. But then it slowly continues on. And this happens within every 5 minutes or so. One creature just kind of can sense you just a tiny bit. But then it still lumbers on as the sound of the loud booming voice from inside the container. You can see them all start to march towards it mindlessly, and then finally to the end of the crowd you kind of hoist up your flamethrower. What would you like to do, Pyra?
Are they going in the furnace, or do they need coaxing in? Because if they're just gonna walk in by themselves, then Pyra might want to stay hidden.
They are not walking in yet. They're kind of like standing in front of it because the voice is there, but they're still trying to figure out where the noise is coming from.
I'm going to attempt, while they're doing that, prep my small air tanks into like a makeshift bomb.
Okay.
And as the last one passes me, I'm gonna throw that and light it.
Andrew's face. Okay. I'm going to say give
I
me a
can't have a ring
survival
of fire
check for this
protection.
one.
I needed that ring of fire resistance, and you know it.
I did.
8.
I really did, actually. 8. Okay. I will say this. It takes you a good while. At this point, they're kind of spread out in the room a little bit now. So they're not as close. They're kind of all spread out. And as you throw it, you kind of like throw it in the middle of the pile, and it bursts into flames, and you hear them all like as they all get spread, and the fire just slowly starts to pass over one and the other and the other and the other, and it starts to continue
It's
on.
passing. I'm gonna come out with my flamethrower.
Okay.
While he's doing that, can I try to shut all the doors since they're in here now?
Yes.
Again?
So you're going to start hacking. Give me a sleight of hand check as this is all happening. And then, as this is happening, Pirate, you lift up your flamethrower. You
21.
You coax them closer and closer into the incinerator. 21. You start hacking away, and you hear the chicka 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 as all the doors start to close. The only thing opening right now is that incinerator. And as you guys are coaxing, and you're coaxing, and so far it's going well, it's going well, it's going well. Finally, you get them all slowly, and you see all of them start to pile in the incinerator, and you see all their bodies just start to burn as they all slowly turn to ash, as each one is going over top of each other, trying to escape the flames, but not knowing to themselves that it just made it worse by going to the incinerator.
As soon as I see the last one inside, I'm gonna yell at Column to shut the hatch.
Okay.
It's Colin!
as you're doing it, give me an acrobatics check there, Pyra.
27.
Damn. I was gonna say this
Yeah, that's
happens.
19 plus 8.
I was gonna say this happens, but no, it doesn't. You feel hands on you, and for out of all the excitement, you turn around and you see it's the coffee robot as he's trying to push you in the incinerator, but with all your might, you just stood firm.
You a grappling / throw to put him into it.
As he's closing it, give me a I'm gonna say give me a strength check, as you're just gonna like lift him up and like judo throw him in there.
Good. Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20. I'll take it. 14.
14. You lift him up, wheel and all, and just whoom. I see his whole body start to reel and his face start to melt. And you hear him say, as the incinerator slowly starts to close, you hear him say, "All I wanted to do was give life," and the thing closes.
I do vicious mockery on it as it's dying.
Absolutely.
Oh, maybe not. I rolled a 2. 2 ones.
Oof. You can still
Oh, I guess not.
give me your best shot here as you rolled a real bad roll. Give me your worst insult you got.
Stinky? Because it's a bad roll, so I didn't think of
knew what
anything
you were
that
going to
clever.
say.
Your coffee was always terrible. That's what it said.
Beautiful. I like it.
As the incinerator shuts, and you guys are left there victorious. Well done, boys.
Can I start twerking?
Of course. Fortnite dance if you want.
Performance check. Ooh, not that good of a twerk. 11.
Ah, sorry. Even Nicki Minaj would be disappointed in that. Damn.
Can you roll for twerking, Tannen? See what you get? Performance check?
Sure. You know, my performance is actually pretty decent, so I'll probably twerk better than you.
My performance is +6. I just did a really bad roll.
I got +4 and I got 23. My twerk was awesome.